because just to make sure that we actually get the recap. But
Wada.
because whatever I'm guessing just a problem with OBS. Maybe I need to friggin' update OBS, but for whatever reason, it's just glitching out and cutting off like the first few seconds. So
OBS has been a bitch for the last few weeks.
yeah, all right. So in the last session, y'all had made it to one of the Isles of Weir, and you had gotten the. You had met with the Archfey of Summer, and she was preoccupied looking for a map to some powerful creatures, some powerful things, which you all recognize as the Guardians of the World, the Colossi.
Also, is way too fucking powerful to let them have.
That too. So it was a race between y'all and a mysterious figure known as the Starlit Vigilante to find it. And y'all managed to find enough clues to conclude that the flat-billed Aarakocra, the Mad Ductor Quack, was behind it. After a tussle, you managed to capture him and make an agreement with the Starlit Vigilante, who turned out to be the Archfey of Summer. You had agreed, you had gotten her to agree to only use the Guardians of the World as a last resort, should your mission fail, and also to imprison the Mad Dr. Quack in stone, and in case his expertise could be useful in the future. After that, y'all teleported home to the coast, where you were met by a slightly perturbed Lee, because y'all had ditched him to go into the Faewild without him. And when we last left...
It's our fault that he didn't show up in time.
True. But he still blames y'all. And we picked this up after he had asked you to tell him all about your adventure in excruciating detail. So how much detail did you give him?
Okay.
And
Idea.
also y'all bought a goat for some reason. Can't forget that.
Like I just
Bought
go
a
in
goat
like
for some reason.
And I think
Yeah.
Deve is also a girl because of the amulet.
Yeah, Dave never flicked the switch back.
Yeah.
I gave him the amulet back too.
Yeah. Alright, so how much more specifically, what do you leave out about your adventure to Lee?
How about we just completely ignore the fact that Dave is female and don't whatsoever, even though he's got dragon tits.
He explicitly does not have dragon tits. I said in the last episode that Dragonborns do not have tits.
So he's just a curvy dragon?
Yeah, I guess his hips are a little more wide than usual, and the snout is slightly more pointed. The most telling thing, though, is the voice is a little more high pitch than the normal voice.
He's got birthing hips.
Egg laying. Dragonborns lay eggs. This has been established.
It's still birthing, technically. It's just not live birth.
Are you saying eggs are not alive?
Yes.
Controversy.
Yeah. So,
Here's the question. Does that mean that dragonborn females menstruate eggs?
I am not going to answer that.
Like a chicken.
I think that they would probably be one of those animals that would absorb any unused things into their body.
Because
To
that gives me a
maintain
great
nutrients.
idea for a delicacy.
No, I'm telling you this now. They do not have monthly eggs. Anything that goes unused is reabsorbed in their body for nutrients to preserve nutrients.
Good to know.
It's one of those. Not going to be grody in this. We're not getting grody.
I already have been eating Dragonborn's tails, so like.
Yeah. No,
And this is
you never actually ate it though. You stuffed it and hung it on your wall in the coast. In the
Yeah, but
future.
But it was a delicacy.
Yeah, you never ate it though.
Like slowpoke tails.
Anyway.
So,
So,
thanks for reminding me why I initially disliked you to begin with.
And that's why I can't be chaotic good.
Oh, wait a minute, no, that was the second thing for me to be naturally disliking you. The first thing was the whole gold shenanigans.
I think the gold thing was after the tail thing, though.
No,
It wasn't
no,
after
no,
I
no.
got a tail, but it was after I had mentioned the tail thing first.
No. Here's the thing. The tail thing happened during the marriage between Tomcat.
I got the tail during the marriage, but I think I mentioned eating Dragonborn tails in the first episode, or the second episode. I guess you could say that's the first episode, and technically the first session was actually a pilot.
yeah. Yeah, the first session was fucking season 0 with green-haired Kaiba.
Well, Guaki
It was the
wasn't an
pilot,
actual character.
and then Guaki showed up for the actual first episode.
In the first session, Lee had green hair.
Anyway, back to what we were talking about.
So yeah, you just finished briefing Lee with the of what happened.
Yep, and now we should probably get going.
Yeah. We definitely do.
Is there anything you want to do in the coast while you're here?
Grab the magic weapons if they're made for us.
I will say that Guaki, there are a few.
Guaki's not here.
What?
Guaki...
Where did Guaki go?
Oh, he went to do groceries.
Damn it! That is like the worst. Oh, help with okay. When you said do groceries, I thought you meant go buy groceries.
Okay.
All right. Let me look at your item sheets so that I can see what would be made by now.
But yeah, no. Dave was gonna grab something.
Let's see. Dave, I will say that you notice a very peculiar piece of cloth on the table. It seems to be well, you notice two cloths. One is blue, like a blue that shimmers into a black depending on the light, and the other is a white that can shimmer into gold depending on the light.
Oh God. Well,
You see?
welcome back, mimetic.
Wait,
What?
what?
It's
Well-
the mimetic cape.
Well, it's not. It's two pieces of fabric right now. It's not made into the cape yet.
Oh
Okay.
God damn it! That cape.
Okay.
That
Well,
that wasn't even relevant when we had it
Yeah,
2
but
years
now,
ago.
It was okay. It's been like 2.5 years now.
Okay, but it still wasn't relevant
It was
at the time. It
It-
had been a year or more.
Well, okay, no. When I started the campaign, it was relevant because this was the same time they were doing Tide Pods.
Yeah, no, but the dress was like a year before Tide Pods.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was.
It
It was
was.
Yanny and Laurel was going on at that time.
Yeah. Let's see.
When did Yanny and Laurel happen?
Hold on. I'm looking through the. Oh. Fortuna. As you're looking around, you can see a black orb on the desk of you see a black
I'm
orb.
gonna poke it.
It is a solid black orb, but as it rolls, you can see there is a symbol that looks like an hourglass, and opposite of that, the symbol is written in white engravings, and opposite of that, there seems to be a window to see inside the orb. You recognize this as your
Magic 8-Ball?
You recognize this as your Orb of Answers. Freshly made, it is sparkling, it is hot off the Arcanist table. Or hot off the artificing table. Yeah.
Okay.
Karsus is like, oh, yes, that we just finished that. It's to streamline figuring out where to go. I mean, you just ask it a question, and it'll give you an answer. It's pretty straightforward. Go ahead, ask it anything.
So,
Should we be going to the Green Dragonborns right the fuck now? Shake.
The answer is no.
Okay, should we go to the White Dragonborns?
Doesn't it
Place
have a
first.
limit?
You shake again after asking about the White Dragonborn, and it says ask again later.
Dang it.
Yeah.
So, we're definitely not going to my relatives first.
Karsus says, well, I mean, you have to be very particular with his questions. They can only get it to answer yes or no questions, but that's still better than nothing. Maybe it just means that you're not going right this instant. I mean, just got back.
Well, yeah, but we need to leave soon, so.
Well, yeah, but I have other things. I have things that I was making for y'all that will still be a couple days.
So we should just sit here and wait?
If you want. I mean, it would be
I'll leave it up
advised.
to the group. I'm gonna walk away and just, like, go and sit somewhere.
For a few days. Let's see.
Well, I am half elf, so.
Oh yeah, that's true. So yeah, let's see. The Orb of Answers is completed. The Mimetic Cape is in the process of being made. Do you have any other items to suggest or look into getting crafted that you know exists in the future?
Oh, I mean, like, I'm not able to make my two swords right now. There's not really, like, a good blacksmith around here, right?
Oh, actually, we have one of the best blacksmiths.
Up! Sign me up! And immediately create these bad boys.
Yeah,
Well, bad girls, actually.
She's actually part fire giant. She's quite amazing.
Fire giant? Wait, what's part of fire giant?
The blacksmith. She's part fire giant.
Neat.
Well, So, some descendant of Ignis?
She can. If anyone can.
From...
If anyone can, make incredible masterpieces, then it'd be her. Here, just follow me, and he leads you. Dave, he leads you into the town. He leads you and Fortuna into the town because I'm pretty sure that the ingredients are in the bag of holding. And
my bag of holding.
And leads you into to the into a small house, but well, not house. It's a shop which has a blacksmith anvil on it, but there's also a staircase leading deep down. And as you go further and further down, it starts to get really hot in here. Until you make your way to the bottom, and there is she looks human, except she's got part of her skin is like cracked, and through the crack it's glowing red. And otherwise she looks perfectly human, maybe taller. She's about 8 feet tall and also very buff. But she is definitely smaller than a fire giant. But you can definitely see the flame giant influence in her. The cracks in her skin are like in whenever you're Renegade and really fucking techno-magical in Mass Effect. You know what I mean?
No.
What?
But I get the idea.
Oh. Yeah. She actually has her hand in some lava, pulling out a glowing hot piece of metal and starts smacking it with a hammer. Until she notices you, and she's like, Karsus, my good friend, how's it been? And goes to hug, but realizes that her hand is still got hot bits of lava and metal on it, and backs away to go wipe it off. And Karsus is just like, "Oh, Ego, these are my friends. They are the ones that are helping us in our endeavor."
Right. Friends.
Yes. Emissaries, this is the greatest blacksmith that I've ever met. Her name is Yigo. And Yigo, these are the emissaries of fate.
Well, you're certainly the best blacksmith we've ever met up until this point in time.
You've met like 3 blacksmiths.
Yeah, but we haven't met any before this point in time.
Yes, you have. Oh, no, I see what you did there.
It's time travel.
Yeah, I see. The only blacksmith you've met that isn't from this time is the one in Neverwinter. You remember him?
I remember him.
Yep.
Were there other blacksmiths?
Probably, but that's the one you were asking, because that was when you learned about the God's Bane.
God's bane.
Yeah. The god-killing sword.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
He explained to you all the ingredients to make it. Yeah. She finishes wiping off the hot shit off her hands and holds it out for a shake.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and shake her hand.
Her hand is pretty warm and also dry. It's like if you held your hand on a a hot piece of glass, like a hot window in the summer, and then shook someone's hand. Or it's like if someone held their hand on a hot window in the summer and then shook your hand. That's what it feels like.
Alright, I go ahead and try to not let it show that it's hurting me.
All right. It doesn't hurt a lot, just mild discomfort.
Alright.
But yeah, she says, "So, what can I do for you?"
I definitely have like a very good job for you to do if you're able to accomplish such a feat.
Is that a challenge?
I believe it is, good ma'am. Here we have these 2 hunks of star metal, and I want you to craft them into the nice long dual-bladed long swords that you could possibly muster.
Ah. So she takes the metal and the 2 opals and inspects them, and she says, "Oh,
Twins.
huh?"
I said twins.
And she inspects them, and she says, "Yeah, I can definitely try to get my forge. I can definitely try to get my forge hot enough for this.
Doesn't that take dragon fire?
Probably, but I mean, I've worked with Dragonfire before, but I don't have any on me. I don't suppose y'all would have any on you."
Give or take possibly fixing one item, and we could possibly get you the Dragonfire. Or if not, we're gonna have to hunt down.
Alright. By the way, what do y'all have, anyways?
What do we all?
I haven't had anything.
You've had stuff.
I have the Fortuna sword. Where's my character sheet?
I'm looking at it right now.
Okay, let's see.
Come on, Mythweavers. Don't be a bitch. Mythweavers is kind of a bitch.
Well, right now, I currently have like my Kinslayer dagger, my Bane of Blood dagger, all that up with the Shrouded Hood, and my Lightning Strike, really. That's all I currently have, along with the materials for the Mimetic Cape.
No, that's not the right character. Where are you, Fortuna? Fortuna, there you are.
God, you have
Fortuna.
so many items.
Yeah, and not
Let's
all
see.
of them were.
Let's see. I don't have that or that or that. I have the Persephone's bow. I bought that, I think. Did I buy Persephone's bow or did I
Yeah,
get it?
Persephone's bow was bought.
I have hover boots. I bought those.
Yeah.
I have the Pied Piper flute and the Bone Piper flute, which I have literally never used. I have the Orb of Answers now.
Yeah.
I have the Fortuna sword. I have a Carrion Crawler whip.
Oh yeah, that blacksmith was the one that reforged the Fortuna sword.
Yeah.
The only person you've ever actually seen use the metal, the star metal.
I have the Wholesomer pot and the pot of wholesomeness. I have a tail. I don't have that tail. I don't. Do I have the Wand of Creation? I think I have the Wand of Creation.
Yeah, you bought that from the
Serpent rope.
bargain bin.
The Wand of Creation and the Serpent Rope. I have the Rosewood Bow, and I have one rotten piece of paper.
Rotten piece of paper?
I don't remember what I want. Why I wanted to have. Oh yeah, it was from Deve's father. I mean, not Deve's. It was some papers from
from the Dragonborn King.
Okay. You thought my father was the king?
I
Not
mean,
your father. I was
gi-
thinking of Pollux. Pollux's father.
I mean, there was a universe in which your father did become the king.
I mean, yeah.
That's where
It was pretty close.
I mean, it was short lived, but it's the one that Pilfer's from.
Yeah.
Which means technically he's a runaway prince trying to dethrone his own monarchy.
Well, no. Pilfer's abandoned his timeline.
You think well yes. And also, do you really think that your father would have been like all happy go lucky with your mixed race child?
Yeah, no. Your sister was already the one he was trying to make be the next heir.
Your sister, which is barely older than your son. I know she's actually a lot older, but she looks barely older.
Yeah, no. Due to the way Aarakocra
Birds are
aged
very-
differently from Dragonborns, they're roughly the same. Actually, they're roughly the same age.
Yeah, around 6.
Let's see.
Somewhere between 6 and 12. Anyway.
Did y'all ever? Where did y'all write down the items y'all got in preparation for the assault of the castle?
I have no clue.
I don't think y'all used all of the stuff y'all had.
All of the things that I personally got were the things that were people. So I didn't write those on my character sheet.
Dee, what did you get for the assault on the castle, and when did you use them?
What do you mean, items to get? I don't.
The assault on the castle, when y'all were getting
Did we
the
get
conjuration.
items for the assault on the castle?
Y'all got at least like 2 or 3 items.
I thought we just got explosives to like blow it up and shit.
Yeah, that was one of the items. You also got 2 others. I don't remember them ever being used.
I remember were like the ship and like the fleet. Did we ever find out if she was alive?
Who?
Pirate bitch.
Nope. No clue.
You never found out about Daphne? Dang.
Yeah, no. Y'all had to book it back to the coast before the eclipse.
Yep. She could be dead.
Uh.
And if she's not dead, we promised her like trading rights. So, no, we promised her
An admiralship. Like, you promised her the status of admiral, I think.
I thought we promised her
a fleet.
What?
Like,
What's that thing? No, it's not like a pirate. It's the official pirate.
privateer.
Yeah, I think we offered her to be a privateer technically.
No, y'all offered her to be an admiral, and her base was going to be on the island, island of Roxroost.
On the sea.
Yeah, the island of Roxroost.
We did that so that we could also make a deal with the people in the underworld, saying that she would never be a part of the underworld anymore.
Underdark.
Well, the criminal underworld.
The Underdark Mafia.
It's still the criminal underworld, even if it is in the literal Underdark.
Well, the underworld is an actual plane of existence in the Nine Hells, I think. Or is it in the astral
There are
plane?
too many goddamn planes of existence in D&D. I'm not going to keep track of
There's like
the literally
13.
hundreds.
There's 13 main ones, and they can be broken down into smaller sections.
No.
The planes of the Fiend place, there's literally over 100 of that, wherever the dimension of the Fiends is.
Fiends are abyssal. Devils are... No. Fiends are abyssal, and the devils are from the Nine Hells, I think. I might have that reversed. I might have that
because I'm fairly certain the Fiends have about 114 levels to their dimension.
Yeah, devils are from the Nine Hells, and fiends are from the abyss, I think.
Anyway,
Yeah. Anyway, that's getting off topic.
Yeah, we're getting back to here, and
All
it's
right.
like,
Yeah.
how long is this smithing gonna take, Ergo?
Uh, it's Yigo. YGO is how it's spelled.
YGO, ego, gotcha,
Yes, Yigo.
ego.
Yeah. Um,
ego.
Yigo.
Look, this isn't gonna be another EGAD situation, is it?
What?
Egon situation.
Aegon.
I don't know who got egg on what.
This is who's on first.
Yeah.
Uh,
Who's on first? Like, I'm almost thinking about she might be a Shigo, if you know what I mean.
I don't know what you mean.
Okay,
She
we're
whispers to
moving on.
Karsus, "Where did you find these people?"
We're from the future.
We're
Uh,
from the
Our pop
future.
culture references don't make sense to you. It doesn't matter. Assume
Yeah.
we're always being witty.
Yes. I mean, this is basically the top
right.
tier of humor in the future. Take notes on
Right.
it, where your children will inherit the great comedy rights of the series of fate.
Yeah, no.
Assume we're always being witty, because we usually are.
Yeah, no, I have no plans of having children anytime soon, ever.
Okay, understandable. Not everyone's for that life.
Wait, what does that have to do with anything?
But if I did have children, I would make sure that they know all my smithing techniques.
Children are great.
Well,
I,
maybe not. Maybe children might not be the best for her. Maybe she just needs, I don't know, like a squire, like a
Adoption.
trainer.
mm,
That still would be children.
Not if they're like 16.
Well, I mean,
are
when
you
it's
talking
just
about an apprenticeship? Are you trying to apply for an apprenticeship? No offense to you, but I don't think you have the muscles to do what I do.
well, I'm definitely not thinking about
I
apprenticing
poke.
over
I
here.
poke. I'm gonna poke Deve's like side. Nope, no muscles here.
Yeah, no, y'all look more on the agile side than the strong side.
Well,
Like
definitely. I mean, at
if
least.
I were to put it into like random statistics, I'd say y'all are more focused on like being dexterous than strong.
But
Just judging
I
by the
mean,
looks.
like for me, I'm very athletic, but that doesn't mean strength, like lifting or anything like
Eh,
that. Yeah.
You're
athletic
fairly
maybe.
athletic.
I mean, you're more athletic than her, but I'm gonna cut her some slack. But
Yeah.
I mean, you're definitely more athletic than like Karsus over here. Karsus, it's no offense, Karsus, but you're a twink. Anywho,
Oh.
uh,
All right, all right, all right. So I was just
I'm
asking,
gonna
like,
also poke Karsus's tummy.
I'm gonna. Karsus has no tummy. Karsus
Aw.
is a wizard who, like, he looks pretty much malnourished. Like, it's hard to tell with his robes, but judging by the way, like, he uses magic to do literally everything. You get the feeling that the only part of him that has any muscle is his legs, and that's only because of how often he has to walk up and down stairs. Uh, uh. So, she says, well, once I melt, if I can figure a way to melt this, then I can, do it. I can probably get it done in a couple days. And she's gesturing to the star metal chunk.
Wait, repeat that?
Cool.
If I can
You
figure
can do
what
it in a few days.
in a few days, I can have it ready. If I can melt it, if I can figure a way to
Alright.
smelt it.
Understood. Alright.
Well, I suppose we could get dragon fire, but we need to find a dragon for that. And
Carthage says, "Well, we could always ask Lady Istis to provide some."
okay, I am not gonna go anywhere near trying to do that. Thank you very much.
I mean,
She would probably be like, you know what I'm gonna do? Here, you need some dragon fire? Sure. And then, like, Tiamat accidentally trips and, like, falls into our building and then lights everything on fire.
Okay, you know she's not like Monkey's Paw.
No, but she would think it was funny.
No, she
Oh.
wouldn't.
I mean,
That is not
I mean,
at all
like,
what
right now-
Istis is like.
We have known her for longer than you have.
I don't think that's true.
I think it is.
Worst case scenario, she makes some schmucks go gather dragon fire and then bring it to us.
Well, I mean, then we would actually have to deal with a dragon, not just some sort of wyvern.
I mean,
That
have any
wasn't-
dragons been... See, all of the dragons we know are from the future.
I can see the future.
Wait a minute.
Is Guaki's mom born yet?
You don't know.
Because I think she was either a small child or born.
Well,
Around
first
that.
of all, she would be
But even
hatched
the-
because she's a
but-
dragon.
But
It's
then,
still birth.
but then Waki's mom
Still the
is a
miracle
no-go.
of birth.
Guaki's mom is also green and
Yeah.
doesn't have fire. You need a fire from
Correct.
either a gold, brass, or red dragon.
Wait a minute. So which means
There are a
we
few.
need to find either an ancestor of Polix or
Well, Polix's bloodline doesn't exist yet. Because it was created after all of this bullshit. And I believe he's technically supposed to be descended from Bahamut, who isn't like friendly right now. Well, he's friendly, but he's not in a convenient position to be making any babies. Well, not too many babies, if you know what I mean. Maybe a few.
Alright.
Not any
So-
pure dragons, anyway, or dragonborn. Anyway,
By the way, I've been meaning to ask: is that star metal the one that Istis had brought down, or is that completely unrelated?
yeah.
I think they might be unrelated because I think we grabbed the star metal in a different place. So
I mean,
that comet that fell down was a different thing.
all right. I was just checking because, I mean, it's a pretty big coincidence, and with Istis, there's very rarely a coincidence.
Yeah.
Well, no, everything's coincidence. She just makes the coincidence be what she wants.
Well, then it's not a coincidence. It's literally a divine plan.
Yeah, but she has too much fun with it to be a good plan.
I don't think you know Istis the way I do.
I don't think you have ever sat down and tried to gamble with her.
Why would you gamble with the goddess of fate?
Because cheating is the only way to do it.
Are you accusing her of cheating?
I mean, if she was manipulating the luck on what she drew,
But luck would be more Tamora, I believe.
I think technically I was accusing the Raven Queen of cheating.
The Waving Queen. For those of you who don't know, the Raven Cream is an inside joke.
Yes, since my first mispronunciation of it, it's now
The
become a
Raven
running
Queen.
theme.
Yeah, the Raven Queen, the Raven Cream. That's gonna be an item in my next campaign. Rub it on you, and that'll grant you spare the dying. Only once.
Good old-fashioned waving queen. Anyway,
Cream.
yeah, no, I think I was saying that she was cheating.
Well, okay. Have you ever actually, before this, were you on any like explicit missions by the Raven?
Technically.
Is this?
Technically, all of our missions were from Istis,
Right.
except for the
And
side quests.
such as.
Well, no, when we got all the apples, that was technically all missions from Istis.
So, how do you define a side quest? Like, how do you do a quest on the side? You're either doing a thing or not.
Well, on the side, we just get backtracked and we have to, like solve a murder or something.
Okay. I mean, I don't think that solving a murder would be considered a quest. I mean, quests are like epics, going to far off places and facing
Any mission can be a quest. It just depends on how you look at it.
I guess I can't argue with that. So why don't you tell me about some of as he leads y'all back to the castle?
So
He's
are
like,
we gonna, like,
so tell me
I
about
wonder
some
if
of
the
the.
sisters of Tiamat are technically
You mean the
Daughters.
daughters?
dragon blood. in them.
Daughters.
Daughters.
I mean,
I
the
mean,
daughters of Tiamat. I wonder if the
Tiamat
daughters
has-
of Tiamat have dragon blood in them.
I
Yeah,
mean-
I would assume so.
Maybe.
Since the Pollix's line is dragon-blooded, don't you think that any that the
Dragon-hearted.
daughters of Tiamat would, whatever,
Uh,
Dovahkiin, whatever.
well, no, that's dragon-born. Technically, they're all dragon-born.
Technically, that's dragonkin.
Dragon-heart.
Translated as dragonborn.
Dragon-hearted are the draconics who have the capacity to become true dragons.
Yeah, wouldn't it make sense that at least the first generation of the daughters of Tiamat would be of that breed?
Karsus shrugs.
Well, we could always go see.
All right.
Hey, Dave.
Yeah.
Let's go to the red dragonborns.
All right, let's go. Let's see if they got some dragon fire up in there.
Oh, you're leaving now? I thought you wanted to wait for your things to be made. I have these new. I have these cool gloves that I was making for your human friend, but it's still a couple
We
days.
can wait if you want. If you really, really want.
I would like that. It's really nice having someone who can test out our stuff without putting ourselves in
Alright.
danger.
We wait.
Oh,
We're gonna
okay.
wait.
All right.
We're gonna wait, like, until the things are done, and then we're going to move on. What are we all gonna do?
That is a good question. What are y'all gonna do?
Steve, what
Okay.
you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they don't come for you?
Okay, I'm
You got
thinking
nothing to do.
I want to go ahead and try to create a different type of poison right now.
All right. Where are you in the mansion, by the way? In the castle, by the way.
Like, I believe I would be, like, outside, like, at the garden.
In the garden. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Roll. Roll. You're proficient in making poison, is right?
Yeah, so medicine.
Okay. Yeah. Roll a medicine.
Oh, heck yes!
What was
That's
it?
a natural 17.
Natural 17 plus your, what's your
Plus-
modifier?
My modifier is a, Oh yeah, 11.
So that's a 28.
Yeah.
Alright, let's see. Let me see if I can find a, Oops, that is fish, not... Okay.
Let's just hope he doesn't accidentally start working on diseases rather than poison. We don't need to be inventing mummy rot.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to refer to a different disease. This is not the disease this is... We're not having a global pandemic in this campaign. There's already enough going on with the World War.
Oh god, this sounds like 2020, man.
Roll 1d12.
Oh, a D12? Oh,
Yeah. Yeah. Roll a d12.
12. I'm holding my microphone like dear poor Yorick.
8. 1, 2, 3.
Or an apple.
Alright. Alright. Oh, this is great. After first off eating some random herbs to learn their effects, and then mixing some others together, you manage to craft something that you realize is actually kind of familiar. Giving it a sniff and looking at its hue, you realize you just made a poison of truth.
What?
Remember
Oh.
the poisons of truth? If a character ingests it, they will have to make a wisdom saving throw. Let's make the DC whatever. Let's see, what's...
It's like Zone of Truth, but
yeah.
worse.
It's 10 plus your medicine. It'll be 10 plus your medicine is what DC is. So what was your modifier?
Plus 11.
All right, so DC 21.
That's pretty good.
If they ingest it, it's a DC 21. If they fail, they can only tell the truth for the next minute. Actually, with the 27, I'll extend it to half an hour.
All right, so we have truth poison.
Truth serum again. Luckily, he doesn't have to steal it from you this time.
Oh god.
Oh, you right. I forgot how much of a dick you were that one time.
Yeah.
That you were such a dick that you destroyed one of the most important characters that we had for 3 months real time, and you were so distraught over how that all worked out. You literally in character gave up being the leader.
Yeah. And then you delved into the darker path, which led to the death of a few dozen innocent civilians when the Felicity Wilds overtook several towns.
Oh yeah, that's also correct. When he didn't bring the fucking thing back. You know, the magic item we just created.
Because you fed the poison to a descendant of a daughter of Tiamat. Now, the question is, do you let Fortuna know that you have such a dangerous poison? Knowing its rocky history, knowing your rocky history with it.
Right now, let's be open and honest. Let's go and tell her.
All right. Fortuna, what are you doing when when Deve walks up?
Oh yeah, what am I doing? I don't... I'm deciding whether I should try to do something useful or what I think would make more sense.
Go with more sense.
Alright, I'm learning all of the history, lore, and stories that I can from before the
change that are recorded here in any way.
All right, roll history.
I'm basically trying to learn all of the history and stories that were lost.
Pre-folly?
Yeah, anything that was lost in the last 1,000 years.
All right.
Okay, let's see. Let's not roll in notes. My ear itches.
Rip.
1d20 plus... What's my history?
Oh, I remember what you got from Dr. Aegon for the castle. She was going to be your guy in the chair, and then you never used that.
The guy in the chair? What?
The trope of the person sitting in the chair and giving you, like, information and advice while you do the mission. Oh, shit! Nat 19!
Yeah, I got a 27.
Alright, that's still less than what Deve rolled for the poison.
I'm pretty sure it was the exact same as what Deve rolled.
Deve rolled a 28.
Yeah.
I thought Deve rolled a 27. Alright.
No, it was 17 plus 11.
You're right. You right. You right.
When you put it like that, you know. You right.
You won't.
You
won't.
So,
this is Barbara's fault.
What you learn is that... how far back are you looking?
I am looking for, like, any information, especially, like, gods, history...
All right,
or all that sort of stuff.
For the gods, you learn that... so, before the gods, there were the primordials. Then one of the primordials, Asgaroth, split the world into two and banished the primordials to a separate... not just a plane of existence, but a separate reality altogether. At least that's the common theory, since the primordials cannot be found... in any plane of existence other than the few who managed to avoid the banishment, which is only a few whose names have long since been forgotten. But when Asgaroth ripped Aberturel into two, the primordials were sent away. Asgaroth lost his status as a primordial, giving up his form to create Io and Seelie, the first dragon and the first Fae. Then eventually those two themselves ended up splitting their being into more, creating Bahamut and Tiamat, as well as Titiana and Oberon. And from there, the pieces start to fall into place. You can't really find anything past the time of primordials. And the thing about time of primordials is there's no concrete evidence or there's no concrete story of what happened during those times other than, like, the splitting of the world was the first recorded event, is essentially what you can find.
Good to know.
Yeah.
So,
like, there's speculation of what happened prior, as well as some guesses of, like, what it was likely like. The time before the split is similar to the way that we view, like, ancient prehistoric eras, like dinosaur times. That's how it's viewed by the world. It's like, we know it existed, but we don't know, like, the exact details. We just know like, what was in it and how it ended. Yeah.
Anyway.
So, yeah, I'm just going over to Fortuna right now, and I'm just going to lay delicately to her. Fortuna, over the past few days, I've been doing some experimenting with, like, some of the herbs and the
So you've been experimenting with drugs, all right.
Well, and I came up with a concoction that might be familiar to you, and I want to provide you with a sample of it as a maybe not as a full-on apology because I know nothing really will be forgotten, but hopefully this will be like a big first step into like me like just making up for a lot of douchey things I did in the past. You know, all for the sake of like me wanting to know stuff. But here you go. I'm so sorry about the truth serum.
Cool. Good. I go back to reading my book.
I go back to make more and more of the truth serum to make for myself now.
There was only...
I really don't give a shit.
You could only scavenge the herbs to make the one.
Well, I guess in that case, then I'll give
to make the one and
responsibility
also eat a few, and also eat some of the ingredients.
Hey, Fortuna, what room are you sitting in and reading in?
Huh? Like that really, really big room?
The chapel? Or the foyer?
What's that room that's like gigantic?
The main foyer is the one with the stairs. The only other big room would be the chapel, which has chairs. The chapel is the place where y'all were declared emissaries of fate. So you're just like sitting on the stairs and reading, or?
Yep.
All right. Sunday rolls around. Well, probably Saturday.
Sunday.
Either way, whatever constitutes a day of rest rolls around, and you can see that the fuck, what were their names? I need to look up their names, because it's only been used like 3 times. Okay, the 3 Lavors, as well as the 3 Lavor kids. I say kids, there are only one of them is a kid. The other's a young adult, and the other's a full-on adult. But the 3 lords of the manor go to the chapel alongside Karsus and Nicholas to give their weekly to get their weekly guidance from Lady Istis.
Okay.
Yeah. Are you gonna?
Wait, who?
No.
Right.
The 3.
I got it.
The 3 people who you know so
the siblings.
Yeah,
I got it.
The siblings and the other 2.
What other 2?
Karsus and Nicholas.
Ah.
Basically, everyone who lives in the castle, except for you 3, are going to the chapel to get some guidance from Istis. To get a weekly guidance from Istis.
Just gonna go follow and watch.
Alright. Are you going in or just standing outside?
No, I'm going in. I'm just gonna go sit in a pew near the back where I can hear.
Alright. The pews are really comfortable, by the way. They have wonderful cushions and plenty of legroom. Which is really good for your pregnant body. A lot more comfortable than stairs, anyways. So, it is just usual. They have a moment of silence, and Lynn asks a statue of Istis for... did I say it was a statue? Did I ever establish that there was a statue in here? I'm pretty sure I did.
Nope.
No?
Nope.
Oh. Well, yeah, there's a statue of it's a statue of 3 women. One's a child, one's a middle-aged woman, and one's an elderly woman, and they all have the same like features and are all carrying and are all holding one silk thread, and it is
The maiden, the mother, and the crone.
Yeah.
Ah.
The 3 forms of Istis. Well, Istis can also be anything in between, but these are the most...
Well, yeah, no, it's the classical... yeah.
Yeah. The maid, the mother, and the crone. So yeah, the statue of Istis, they have a moment of silence, and Lynn prays to it, asking for their blessing. Asking for her blessing, and once it's about half an hour of sermon before they start shuffling out.
Cool.
And since you did spend a week here, you know that they do this every week. It is basically what they do before they plan out what they're going to be doing each week. This is just basically asking for a blessing on whatever that plan they come up with. As they leave, after they leave, are you going to stay sitting there, or are you going to follow them out?
I am not going to leave with them.
All right. So how long do you plan on staying after they leave?
Well, after they leave, I was planning on getting up, and then I'm going to go up towards the statue.
All right. As you go up to the statue, what are you going to do to the statue?
I'm going to stand before it, I guess, and then I never really explicitly said that what I had or how I had it, but I always assumed that I had like a little symbol of the deity that I follow.
Probably.
Which is, was it specifically Saloon?
You said it was Saloon.
Yeah, so it would basically be the triple moon symbol, and I'd just take that out and just stand there silently for for a minute before I would leave. I would stand there silently for a little bit.
Are you praying to Saloon, or are you praying to Istis? Which one?
Neither. I would just say, I would just be presenting openness, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. As you do, your silent prayer is interrupted by a voice that says, I really don't like how they made my nose just slightly too big. And it's a voice coming from behind you.
Mm-hmm. I turn around.
It is a woman in her 40s, and you can definitely see she resembles the statue, and also she is about 10 years younger than when you saw her in the tavern playing cards. This is Istis.
Older than the...
Yes, older than the child form that she had last time you met. She says, "Don't you... you don't think my nose is that big, do you?" And she gestures to the statue.
I just shrug. It's probably more accurate than most deities get.
That is true.
I know this one guy where they completely changed the race that he looked like.
Oh wow, that sounds rough.
Yeah. Anyway, how's it going, man?
Just here dropping something off that you might need. And she saunters over to the statue and places a bottle which looks very familiar to you. It is giving off a glow from what is inside. And she also, she looks at it and says, I just finished ordering this, so to speak. And she gives a smirk.
I raise an eyebrow. No tricks?
No, of course not. Why would I play any tricks?
Fate is always tricky.
True, but consider this the end of the trick. Or the trick has already happened.
Sure.
Looking at the bottle, you realize it's a bottle of flame. Not just any bottle of flame. You can quite recognize... Not just any dragon fire. This is the same bottle that you got when you met Dr. Aegon. The bottle that Lynn had told you to fill with dragon fire as a personal mission from Istis. Relative to you, it was like 10 months ago. It was about...
See, there was a trick.
Hey, no trick on you right now. Everything is coming together, but I can't help but feel like something is missing. There's one more thing I'm forgetting in this grand scheme. And she pulls out a paper and looks through it and says, unicorn hair. I don't know where I'm going to get those.
Should I recognize that as being important?
Last time you even saw a unicorn was at Oberon's ball. She was the unicorn was the lord of the beast folk of the Faewild. The ruler of the beast folk in the Feywild.
Wait, you just removed the picture?
And
I meant to put it in memes.
And last time you saw, they were being attacked by a pigeon. When the ball was going absolutely apeshit after someone spiked the punch.
Of course.
Yeah.
Because everybody... There ain't no party like an Oberon party, because an Oberon start.
An Oberon party does... it's a Bacchus party. Oberon parties are very, very...
Yeah, that's why I said start.
That's fair. Well, okay. The Oberon parties are not bad. They're just not memorable. They're the James Cameron avatar of parties. All right.
They're just occasions.
They're impressive to be at, but once you leave, you forget that. You forget anything that happened. You remember going there, but you don't remember anything of note happening. It looks pretty, but ultimately it's not memorable.
Mm-hmm.
It's not bad enough to be mediocre, and it's not good enough to be amazing. It's just exactly middle ground, so that Bacchus doesn't show up.
Yep.
All right.
So,
Oh, jeez, I didn't even know you were here. Don't sneak up on me like that. She says to Deve,
who is suddenly a part of the scene.
Deve was probably just sleeping in one of the pews because they're surprisingly comfortable. Oh God!
He's gonna be sleeping there too.
Okay. Note to self: check the pews before making a dramatic entrance. I may be controlling fate, but I don't control free will.
Yeah, and that is what allows.
So you're not. So
happen.
you're like the. So you're the goddess of dramatic timing, but you're not the goddess of comedic irony.
No. The deity who has. There's no deity that has control over free will, but there is a deity of choices. It's Janus.
Yeah, he was kind of a dick.
Yes, he is.
January?
No, Janus, the god of choices. I set up. So think of it this way: I set up the dominoes. It is up to you to start knocking them down. Janus is the one who sets up, who takes the dominoes and decides whether or not, and decides how they will fall. I set them up. He sets up the moment in which you knock them down. But ultimately, it's up to you to knock them down. So, where are you off to next? What is your next quest?
What can I punch?
We need to find. We need to speak with the Dragonborn, the daughters of Tiamat.
That's
the
right.
fire one first. We're gonna deal
Those
with
are the ones I
one
can't
first.
punch.
There's no real reason for us to deal with the fire ones first. And I tossed the Dragonfire into Deve's hands.
Deve, roll dexterity to catch.
Alright. Show the dexterous woman's touch. And with that, that will be...
The dexterous
wait.
woman's touch.
That's right,
Wait,
you're
wait.
female. Yeah.
It is not a save, it's just a dexterity check.
Dexterity check, so then, yeah, that'll be, 12.
Alright, so, you catch the bottle, but you start to fumble it. Roll a percentile.
Oh,
come on,
boy.
Deve.
Let's see what
God
happens.
damn it, Deve.
What is the percentile?
100.
D100.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! 14!
Anyone do this?
That
What
is
does this mean?
That is a 14. So, Deve, you try to catch it, and it's as though it happens in slow motion, but it falls to the ground, and the first thing you hear is a cracking noise. And suddenly, there is fire everywhere. Alright, everyone make a dexterity save.
We're both of us done for that.
This is your fault, Deve. This is your fault.
Oh my
It was an
goodness.
underhand
Oh
toss.
my
It was really
goodness.
easy
Oh
to catch.
no.
Steve,
Everyone, dexterity saves.
why did you do this to me?
I got a tattoo, Crocky. I also rolled a natural 2.
Why did you
Wait,
do this?
Oh no! Oh no! Two nat twos and two nat twos for the ones who can dodge, and a nat 1 for the one who doesn't have like any shit to lessen it. Okay. Okay. Oh.
The most dramatic of bullshit.
Oh.
you got the right irony. You had to change it for tonight. Now I'm calling it. It's your fault now.
This is the most dramatic.
Everyone takes 65 points of fire damage. As
Wait.
the bottle of Dragon's Flame that you spent an entire session collecting, like a few years ago in real time, 10 months ago in game time, as this bottle of Dr. Aegon's Dragonfire falls to the ground and crashes as a result of a clumsy rogue and a careless bard. The flames consume the chapel, and everyone takes 65 points of damage, of fire damage. Luckily, Guaki has that damp shirt.
And I take half damage because I failed.
Alright, so that means
Oh
you're...
wait, me too.
Alright,
as
so
well.
that means Guaki's only going to take a quarter damage total. So 65...
Fortuna is in universe going to be cackling as much as I am.
Okay, so you're gonna Guaki's gonna take 17 points of damage. Deve is going to take 33 points of damage. And Fortuna, do you have anything to half it?
Nope.
Alright. So you take the full
Yep.
65. And
Yep.
Istis is just staring at y'all with disappointment and is like, well, I was afraid of this.
Swear.
Nope, it's fine. There were contingencies. I'm always
I'm
prepared.
laughing my ass off.
I am always prepared. Can you pull out...
Fortuna is a little bit damaged from how many times she has been burned by fire in this game.
Yeah.
Hey,
Well,
wait,
luckily
wait.
you heal magically.
Wait. Okay. Hopefully, nothing went wrong with your underneath you. You know.
No, you're fine.
I have gotten more fire damage from my own fireballs.
Yeah. So Istis is just pinching
This
the
is why
brow.
I'm laughing.
Istis is just pinching the brow of her nose and is like, I have contingencies. I already... So tell me, do you have Dragonfire on yourself? Do y'all have Dragonfire? I gave you an opportunity to collect it. Please tell me you still have it.
Didn't we use it? Or did we have another opportunity since then?
You got it at as Dr. Aegon gave it to you when you were preparing an assault on the castle, and you never used it.
Oh. I'm just gonna dig around in my
Yep,
my bag of holding.
you find Dr. Aegon's Dragonfire. It is the
You know, how many times have we asked this woman for Dragonfire?
twice.
I think this is 3.
No, it's the second. It's only twice.
It's the second time we asked. The first time we didn't ask.
Yeah. No, this is the only. You've only collected Dragon's Fire from her twice.
Where did we get the Dragon's Fire the third time?
You never had third time. You've only had
My sword, this one that just blew up
Oh,
on us, and
the
one
black
in my hand.
the blacksmith had some. The
No,
black
we went and got some from Dr. Aegon when we went to talk to my mom about my dad dying.
No, Dr. Aegon used her fire to crush your father's ashes into diamonds.
Oh. Yeah, I
Uh,
still have that diamond
yeah,
on my neck.
the blacksmith who repaired
Emergency resurrection fuel.
the blacksmith who repaired your sword had some as a family heirloom.
I'm still cackling my ass off, and I'm just gonna walk away, and I'm gonna hand the Dragon's Fire to Deve as I walk out of the still burning chapel on fire.
As you open the door, as you go to open the door, Isis waves her hand and it opens to the labyrinth and says, No, we're not done yet. We just need one more thing from you. And then everything will be complete. Please try not to mess this one up. As you stare into the labyrinth, you can hear the soft cooing of the labyrinthian pigeon.
Because the labyrinth is out of time.
Yes.
I'm just gonna wave Deve to set the Dragon's Fire down somewhere safe. And walk right into the labyrinth, still a little bit on fire.
Alright, you walk just enough to stay within the door, within the light of the door. It's impossible to tell where the pigeon is cooing from, because it's coos echo through the place.
That's much better.
Yeah.
Cool.
There's no way to tell where it is or where it's coming from.
I'm gonna...
Could there be a chicken as well?
No.
For shits and giggles, I'm just gonna
Oh.
grab the pigeon amulet, which I do actually have.
Yes, you do.
And,
You bought it from the
activate
bargain
it.
bin. You hear the flapping of wings, and the pigeon flies up to you and lands on your shoulder, carrying something in its mouth.
I'm gonna take whatever it is out of its mouth.
It seems to be threads made of rainbow, and then you realize it is the hair of the unicorn of the from Oberon's ball.
Oh yeah.
Because remember, at Oberon's
Yeah.
ball, you summoned the pigeon from the labyrinth, and it attacked the unicorn.
I'm just gonna take.
You thought that
those.
was just all shits and giggles. No, I've been playing this shit.
I mean, to be fair, it is giggles.
That is true. I did keep track of the fact that you did not use Dr. Aegon's second fire, just in case y'all did this.
I'm gonna just grab the unicorn hair.
All right. You grab the unicorn hair, and the pigeon stays on your shoulder.
Let's not drop that one.
You drop
If I
it,
bring
and a
it
nuke
back
comes.
If I bring it back to the past, I could totally change the history of pigeon evolution.
I mean, pigeons exist in the past.
But they're not the same pigeons. This is a black pigeon.
No, it's just a regular city pigeon. It's with the
Yeah,
iridescent
it's a city
fashion.
pigeon. Back in the day, it would have been like doves and like carrier pigeons
Well,
and shit.
no, city pigeons exist in the
City
past.
pigeons are just dirty doves.
Yeah, dirty doves exist in the past.
Dirty doves.
Done dirt cheap.
Dirty.
I still can't believe y'all flubbed the fucking roll. That
To be
shit.
fair,
that
it
shit
was funny
goes-
as fuck.
Oh hell yeah! I'm definitely posting that on Reddit to.
Yeah.
The fact
sure.
that we all got such low rolls
Yeah.
on the escape
Yeah.
was so
God.
funny.
This.
Uh,
That's pure chaos.
that is something that I could not plan, but I made sure just in case. I made sure that there were backups just in case.
Yes,
I'm
yeah.
gonna walk out of the labyrinth.
But this means now you won't have that spare dragon's fire.
True.
Alright, you walk out of the labyrinth and the door closes behind you and the pigeon flies off.
Hey,
Out.
look, it's gonna go and become its own grandfather.
That's not how any of that
Then,
works.
then another bird flies by. And
that's the creepy
gets it.
version of the bootstrap paradox.
No, there's no Enos Fry here.
No, because it came from this town, in this place, 1,000 years from now. So it's going to be its own descendant. If just by the fact that as long as it has any children, those children are going to end up mating with pigeons.
Well, it wouldn't be its own. That's okay. That's
So
not.
it's going to be its own descendant.
No, you
You
can't
just
be.
see a bigger.
You can't
thing.
be your own descendant. Do I really have to explain this to you? Like that's not how time works. Like
Yeah.
it's not an Ouroboros.
But
Ouroboros.
we've always come back.
Yeah. The thing is, okay, things cannot.
I would not have been born if we didn't come back. So thus,
But the thing is, like you can your children are not going to be your ancestors. That's not how it works. There's a difference between a stable time loop and that kind of paradox that like things cannot be created by themselves. All right? There's always a beginning and an end.
just because it is within its own creation time loop does not mean that it wasn't created
Are you
beforehand.
are
'cause
you
the
trying
genetics are
to
from before.
are you trying to tell the goddess of time essentially how time works?
All right.
Yeah.
Well, then let's
Can you
find
see
the
the threads
descendant
of
this
time?
pigeon in the future, and we'll see how closely related it is to its own descendant.
Okay, good luck with that. In the future, there are 9,472,615 pigeons.
In this area,
Yes,
pigeons don't migrate.
I know.
In any case,
Well, I have some.
Yes, I just need. I'll see myself out, and I will take a second look at the Tapestry of Fate, and make any last-minute preparations that I may need.
Cool.
For what is to come?
Don't let it stay dirty.
I wish you the best of luck, but that is not my domain.
Make sure to clean
And
the.
she exits through the front door, and as it closes behind her, it seems like nobody could see her, and then it closes behind her, and you get and you no longer feel her presence.
It's like in that time I became a slime, where you can feel the presence of powerful creature.
that time I got reincarnated, yeah.
It's like that. It's like that trope where someone is staring at you from across the street, and then a bus passes and they're gone.
Yes. Great trope. All right, let's go talk to Karsus.
What the fuck was up with that in Spider-Man 3?
I don't remember Spider-Man 3.
Did
I even see Spider-Man 3?
Harry Osborn was staring at Peter from or it was either Peter or Mary.
Yeah,
Wasn't he dead at that point?
No.
I thought it was like a hallucination.
No, it was Harry Osborn. He was staring at Peter from in a cafe, because he was on a date with MJ.
Okay.
He was trying to split them apart, and then a bus passes, and then Harry's just fucking gone, and like that makes no sense in that context.
I haven't seen that trope
because
in ages.
Okay, what movie is this? Which Spider-Man?
Tobey Maguire.
Okay, that's the only Spider-Man I've seen.
Had to specify.
Yeah.
There have been too many Spider-Men in the
Tobey
last few
Maguire's
years.
the only one that had a Spider-Man 3.
And that's where the Spider-Man 3 role comes from.
Anywho, as you realize that she left behind that paper that she was checking earlier.
Oh, what was the paper?
Looking at it, it seems to be schematics for a sword
Ooh.
to be forged.
All right.
The paper is brand new, but you've seen it before. You've actually seen it before in the future when you first heard of the Godsbane and were investigating.
Cool. Let's go talk to Karsus.
All right, Karsus is in his tower, going through some. Actually, Karsus has just finished making the golden gauntlets for Quacky.
The cestices.
Yeah, the golden cestus.
Cesti?
The golden hesestus.
The gloves of gold. The gold punchy
Aren't they-
gloves.
The Thanos gloves.
No, they're not Thanos gloves. They don't have jewels on them. They just double your attack power.
Yes.
But you get them back. You have them now.
Woo.
Add them back to
Now
your
I
shit.
get to roll +2.
Not plus 2.
2 plus. No,
2x. 2x.
Yes. 2x.
Yeah.
I don't know
This
what
is
two
on
X
my attack. This is on my. Only my attack rolls.
Yeah. It's only on your. You basically roll twice the dice that you normally would whenever you're doing damage.
Yeah. That doesn't apply to damage rolls, like to hit, or
No, not to hit, because the only dice you roll there is a d20.
It only applies when I hit.
Yeah, it only it doubles your damage dice.
Okay. Just needed to remember that.
Golden gloves.
Yay! My sweet babies. I need to come up with names for these. I was gonna say
Agatha and Whitney.
Agatha and Whitney.
Okay.
What?
Okay. Yeah,
All right.
we'll go with that.
Yeah, that works.
I
Which
was
one?
gonna go with Daisy and Bessie, but yeah, I like those more.
You already have a goat named Bess? You already have a goat named
Oh
Bessie.
yeah, that's right. Hi, Bessie. I say hi, Bessie, and pet Bessie.
Meh. Bessie
There we
is
go.
standing on a ledge, like outside the window, licking the wall.
Oh, that's a good Bessie.
It's a very narrow ledge.
You wouldn't drop a fire bomb of dragon fire, would you, Bessie?
You wouldn't possibly.
Yeah, I was meaning to ask about that. Why are y'all all scorched?
Oh, so funny story.
Yeah, so basically...
Dave was an idiot.
It's both of our... Can't you just accept half the blame?
No.
I'm
You
surrounded
can
by
accept
idiots.
half the blame, and I can
think
accept none of the blame, and then we have half the blame taken care of.
No.
So yeah, so both of these people decide to play around.
I
So
decided
around, right?
nothing. I just underhand tossed a small bottle to my friend. My friend, who is one of the best at catching in the world.
Now,
Yes,
what
somehow
was that
he dropped
small
it.
bottle?
Oh, Dragon's Fire.
Where did
Here
you
you go,
get
by the
Dragon's Fire?
Well, here's another bottle of Dragon's Fire.
Please put that back. So now on.
We can craft that sword now. We can give it to Eco and get that sword
Oh, yeah,
made.
we can.
Yeah, that's why we got it in the first place. Apparently.
Wunderbar.
1,000 years in the future, because time travel is fucking weird.
I'll take your word for it. I have no intention of time traveling.
You will be time traveling, it just won't be backwards.
I mean, we're always never traveling backwards.
Yep, you're right. We never do that.
We're always never doing that.
That's not a thing.
That is not how. Does not
Not how
make any
time
sense.
Yeah, it's never not the case always.
Hmm.
Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna here, have some unicorn hair.
Okay.
Might be useful. And here, some schematics.
Well, these schematics say that this unicorn hair is supposed to be going to... What kind of sword? What ingredients are these? Star metal? Unicorn? Blood of the god? What is this?
Wait,
Trust us,
do we
God.
have to go get the blood of a god?
It says it needs to be quenched in the blood of a god.
Where can we get one?
I know. Okay, so we're gonna have to throw a bitchin' ass party, okay?
I don't like
And-
where this is going.
We need to throw a bitchin' ass party, and as soon as Bacchus is here, have him bring a giant keg of wine.
Okay.
Blood.
Okay.
And then we can just perform a minor miracle, and it'll be his blood. It'll be fine.
It explicitly says the golden nightcap blood of the gods.
Minor miracles. We'll figure it out once Bacchus is here, and we just be like, hey, can we borrow this? And just,
All
borrow his
right.
blood.
I'll get these plans to Ego.
Cool.
Diva? Is that what you were calling yourself these days? Diva? Or is it still Diva True?
Diva.
Do you want to come so you can give the specifics of the kind of sword you wanted?
Yes. I'll come along.
All right.
He'll come with you.
Karsus quickly engraves the names of the gauntlets or the cestises onto them and tosses them to Gwaki. And then leads Deve down to the blacksmith. She's just sitting in a chair staring angrily at the star metal.
Cool.
When
So
y'all
are we
come-
gonna go and convince someone today, or
Like, I'm saying that, like, in character. Are we gonna get around to actually doing something or not?
Lee says, I thought that you were waiting for some weapons to be made.
I don't know why we would need weapons for a
peaceful talk. I mean, okay, guys, I'm probably like your best ambassador for this. So like, just trust me on this. I can talk to them. They're my people. So,
all right. Well, I've almost got this cape finished, and holds up the half-finished mimetic cape.
Fancy.
So, Karsus leads you down to the blacksmith. She's staring angrily at the star metal, and she's just like, I couldn't get my forge hot enough for it.
Yeah, that's how it works.
Yeah. Oh. Well, I'm sorry. I did everything I could, but... And she starts to hand you all the...
Here. Try this.
Is that... No.
Yeah.
Where... Nope, I've learned to not ask questions on rare ingredients. Alright. Well, I'll, give me a few days. I can get the, sword made. I just want to do some, measurements real quick. And, she grabs Deve's wing and, inspects it. She says, I think it'd be really neat to have the hilt, or the crossguard, handguard, look like your wings. And she takes the measurements.
Cool. We're just gonna let you do that, and like I'm just gonna slowly walk away and drag Gwaki with me.
Yep.
I'm gonna let myself be dragged.
We're just gonna walk away.
All right.
We're gonna leave Deve to his fate.
It doesn't take too long. Once she realizes, like, when she gets the measurements, she says, "All right, I can get it done with this. I can probably get it done in a day or two. And yeah, that'll be great. So just come back in a day or two, and I'll have it done." And as y'all leave, Karsus stays behind to talk to her. Deve, while you were gone, the blacksmith measured your wings and said she was going to make the crossguard look like, or the hilt.
Wings.
Yeah, look like your wings specifically.
Alright.
And that is why the sword seemed like it was made for you.
Because it was.
Yes.
All of these
self-fulfilling
prophecy
prophecy
made for us.
Yeah.
How inconvenient must it have been for the people who were going and using tokens to grab items from the Lich's vault that weren't us?
Well, the Lich's vault was was something given to you by, like, the stuff that was made specifically for you are the stuffs you got.
I know.
Yeah, this is what the sword's crossguard looks like. They are made after your wings specifically.
yeah.
So a few days pass, and you collect your sword, freshly made, freshly forged,
Freshly baked.
Yes.
Like both of the blades.
Did you ask for one blade or two?
Well, I mean, like, given the fact that both of
He
them...
did ask for two.
All right.
Yeah,
But you can do whatever you want about it.
Yeah,
all right. You get the two blades, the Aurora and Borealis. And she says, "Now that right there, first off, I'm gonna send the invoice to Lavors. Second off, that right there, it's got so much magical, like, star metal is really magical."
Yeah, star metal does a lot of weird things.
Yeah, so now
I pat the Fortuna sword.
I don't know. I don't know what that will do specifically. Just be careful when you're breaking it in.
Hey, Dave, want to break it in? I stand into like a fighting stance.
Oh, you want to do a little bit of a duet now?
No dueling in my smithy.
What about the chapel?
In
Can't
my
do
forge.
much more damage to that.
The chapel, the Lavors were furious, and they were furious at you. You're not allowed back in the chapel until after you get back from your trip. But yeah, and also add the mimetic cape to your inventory, Dave. You get that back too. It's complete.
Mm-hmm. And with that, I look like a pretty lady knight.
And there's still a decent amount of star metal, and Ego says, "All right, I'm gonna get started on this now. Karsus wanted me to get this done." And she holds up the schematics for the Godsbane.
Oh God, that weapon takes me back.
Yeah.
Can we duel? Can we duel or not?
No.
I'm sure the castle training grounds would be a suitable place for you to duel. I would just
everybody, let's go outside.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, Dave. And then I just like jump out the window.
It's underground.
Whatever.
There is no window.
That weapon takes you forward.
Are there any windows?
No, it's
the easiest way out.
It's a forge that is deep underground. No, it's not weird. The blacksmith is part fire giant.
Ugh. Isn't there? There's got to be like a chimney or something.
No,
chimney.
The forge, instead of a fire, it's a pool of magma that she has, that she uses to heat everything.
Don't you think? I just realized that she's like bismuth.
Yes, I was exactly thinking the same thing about her.
Well, that's not that wasn't the intention, especially since her ancestor I had made, or not ancestor, her descendant I had made well before bismuth was introduced.
But now we're when it comes to blacksmiths that are giant.
God, that was a long time ago.
Yeah. Only one family of blacksmiths are skilled enough to work with star metal.
God, that was a long time ago.
Yeah.
Bismuth was introduced.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, right around the time of the My Little Pony movie as well, because her voice actress was very much popular at that time.
But yeah, so yeah, you have your weapons. Which dragon are you going to?
Oh, okay. Well, basically, after we time skip through that whole sparring session.
Yeah. I'll say it took about a week of y'all resting, relaxing, recovering from the fire, and getting everything done. I'll say that it was about a week.
All right. Okay. So you want to try to go for the...
Alright, so either we're gonna fight or we're gonna get going on our goddamn adventure.
Let's go. Unless we're missing anything else.
Gonna go to like the either let's get to like the ice one, or let's just go against the magic 8 ball and actually go for the green one first. Let's make peaceful establishments then.
Oh yeah, the magic 8 ball would be good.
Are you what are you asking the magic 8 ball? Remember, it only answers yes or no questions. Fortuna?
Give me a second.
Oh, okay.
Is the Isa daughter of Tiamat willing to speak to the emissaries of Faewild?
Well, Fortuna's the one with the 8 ball, so Fortuna's gonna be the one who has to ask.
Decide. Yeah.
What color is its underwear?
That's it. Just answers yes. what color is its underwear? Yes.
Yeah.
Or no.
Okay, you are going to have to find a new joke by the time we get to a different campaign.
Oh yeah, different joke for the next campaign. That's the running gag only works for this campaign.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
Would it be best to go towards the familial connections?
You shake the
in
ball.
The Dragonborn Kingdom.
You shake the ball, and it says, "It seems likely."
Great. All right, Dave, let's go.
Yay!
We're gonna walk just right toward, right to the teleportation circle.
As you do, Lee is running after you, like, wait, oh, wait, you're not leaving
Roll a
me.
percentile.
Okay. Okay, you're making me roll a percentile.
Oh God!
Oh fuck! 10.
Let's say that he doesn't make it.
No. I'm the DM. I get to say what happens. As you're,
64 points.
no. As he's running, he trips and falls. His mask gets a slight crack in it, but
he's killing a bug.
but he
He's killing a bug.
he picks it up, puts it back on, and manages to hop into the teleportation circle.
Hey, you got a little scratchy.
It's fine. It's fine. Costas can mend it. Or actually, no. That's a clerical spell. My sister can mend it. Whenever we get back. The small crack's not gonna kill anyone.
Might kill you.
It's not going to. It's not going to kill me. Like, how would a crack in a mask cause me to die?
Might make it so that you look like a human.
But humans are allowed. I am allowed in the kingdom. This is just
Then why are you wearing the mask?
Because I'm.
Story, you know that, right? Now the girl.
It would not be.
Prince's head. You can take us there.
Yeah.
I just gesture at the floor.
Fine. He finishes your teleportation circle. Or no, he erases your teleportation circle and writes his own. And
I assumed that it was that there was like a built-in one somewhere.
There is, but not. It's not as amazing as it is in the future. Like the hubs are not as good as they are in the future.
I was imagining that you had to draw in your shit, but like the circle part was built in. I don't know. Anyway, not important.
All right. He makes the circle and it begins to glow, and he's like, "All right, everyone in, everyone in."
We're already in.
Okay, yeah, and y'all are shunted into.
Yay.
What looks like a library, and you can see a few of the Dragonborns. You can see a couple Dragonborns. There's some blue. There's a blue. There's a white. There's an old-looking black Dragonborn, And when y'all come in and make a lot of noise, she's just like, shh! One of the, there's a dragonborn with weapons. He's like, excuse me. And Lee pulls out some papers and is like, no, it's fine. We're diplomats from the coast. We're here on a diplomatic mission. And the dragonborn looks through the paper and is like, all right. You have a wonderful day. And steps back. You are now in Draconia. You are in East Draconia. This is where Diva Drew's mother's family is from. East Draconia. And it is very verdant. There's a lush forest on the outskirts. So, what are y'all, what's your plan from here?
Immediately take off my mask and immediately start, like, enjoying, like, the books here in Draconia. Trying to read them to see, like, any information.
What are you looking for specifically?
Okay, right now, looking for...
Not taking off my mask.
Huh?
you guys, like, you guys keep your mask on. Like, for me, it shouldn't be a problem.
It wouldn't be a problem for any of us.
You do get some weird looks. And there's some whispers going on.
What, not many green dragonborn?
Well, no, there are green dragonborn.
Oh, that's right, you have wings.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's the only thing different about me.
You become the legendary
Do you still have the robot
Super
hand?
Saiyan. Yes, you do. It is about... It's gonna take 4... Did I say 4 or 5 months?
I have no clue. Oh, you said it would be at the end of my...
Yeah, so that'll be... Let's see. So 5 months. It's 5 months until... Because it was 3 months since the equinox, and then 1 month since you landed here. So you're 4 months pregnant, which means 5 months until your due date, and 5 months until Dee's hand is good enough to not need the thing.
Yes.
Because you didn't want Lucius to use paladin magic to grow it back. Or, you didn't want them to use cleric and paladin magic to grow it back.
Because you're an idiot.
Because you have honor. You really don't have honor, come to think of it. Anywho,
if we have anything, we have honor. And we don't have honor.
Okay, no. If you have anything, it would be dignity.
And we don't have dignity.
So, Dave, what are you looking for specifically?
I'm looking for, like, books to tell, like, the recent exploits of Tiamat, like, in her reign right now, like, any sort of, like, recent, like, biographies or, like, recent reports.
So, less books and more newspapers?
Yeah, I mean, because that's also what a library carries.
Yes, that is true. Alright, you can see that since coming to power, she has expanded the border a bit, and she is there are apparently rumors that she's got her eye on the Aarakocra lands. She's got her eye on those, possibly.
Alright, so right before the whole invasion. Gotcha.
No, the invasion doesn't happen for generations. We stopped that from happening.
Yeah.
I guess. Because the invasion was like a generation before when
The
High King Boy
the
was
Draconia Aarakocra War, the Draconic Aarakocra War is what killed the parents of Bethany Ezda.
Yeah. So it's a while from now.
Yeah.
Makes
So
sense.
so it's like 2 generations away from you, Dave.
Yeah.
It's 2 generations before you.
Yeah, because Bethany and the High King were like a generation before.
Yeah, they were young kids. They were very young. The High King's father was dead before his mother died, and that happened when he was 9.
My mother died. Huh.
He may have actually been
My mother
7.
died through an illness, and she was just...
So, what
Mom's not dead.
And it was quiet.
She's not even born yet, but that's it.
So
Wait, she isn't?
Isn't your actual parents dead?
Not. I don't know if they are now, but
Well, they're not alive yet now, obviously.
no, they were killed by my mom.
no.
Oh wait, they weren't killed by my mom.
They were killed by the Feli.
Yeah, the
raider.
fucking cat bitches that we fought.
The leader of the Crimson Claw.
If my mom,
Cat bitch.
my dragon mom,
Kitty bitch.
isn't alive yet, then I don't even think they're alive yet either.
Of course, it's literally 1,000 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you're
You're wondering whether your human parents would have been alive.
I don't know if Guaki knows how long humans live.
I don't think Quacky in character knows how long
Yeah,
humans live.
that's what I'm saying. I mean, as far as I, the DM, know, the only humans Guaki's actually interacted with are, extensively, are the ones who are alive now and also alive 1,000 years in the future.
Like 10 minutes.
Yeah, that is actually a lot of the humans in this game.
Yeah.
I mean,
the only other humans that we've really had extensive interaction with are the generation after this generation. Because we also have
So I just think that humans outlive elves.
Oh God, that's horrifying. So
imagine he could be thinking that the Raven Queen could be alive right now. I mean, not the Raven.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I could be thinking that.
the Raven.
Lady Istis. Lady Istis. Lady Istis.
Lady Istis is alive.
Wait, not. God damn it.
Do you mean Lady Archer?
Yes.
Neverwinter doesn't exist yet.
I know. I was trying to make a bad joke and I just...
You flubbed it so bad. Yeah.
I played myself.
As far as ancestors, I think the only you've met ancestors of a human. I don't know how much more obvious I need to make it that Ego is the ancestor of...
You literally said it, so...
Yeah, of the blacksmith who repaired your sword.
Oh, nice.
Anywho, what are y'all... So yeah, the most notable thing you can see...
Liquid cheese.
Diva Drew.
Let's need more. Don't listen to us.
Can you... Hey, Dave, can you mute? I'm gonna mute Dave real quick. Okay.
Alright, so...
Okay.
Are we gonna actually get around to doing...
Yes, I was gonna try and ask what are y'all doing, but then Deve's thing got loud.
Let's go and try to persuade Deve's family to do the thing. Okay? Okay.
Alright. So, what, so you're looking for damn it! Why does Deve have to be so loud?
It's always Deve.
Yeah, it wasn't like this last session.
Yeah.
It's only whenever Deve's character has to be the spotlight.
It is literally every single time Deve's character has to be in the spotlight. There has not been a single time it was Deve's character's...
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Sorry, I had to mute. I had to mute you because it was really loud where you were.
Sorry, like.
Try to keep try to mute yourself in the future if it gets that bad. So yeah, you're in the you are in. It is a fairly big village, and there is a lush forest bordering it. It is incredibly obvious which home is your ancestors because, well, aside from being a few wings smaller, it looks just like it did in your mother's memory when you inceptioned her.
It's also probably one of the biggest houses around here.
It is also the biggest house here. So Dave.
Oh, so we're gonna speak to Dee's family.
Yes. Oh, by the way, Dave, are you still wearing? Did you ever put on your mask, or are you still not wearing it?
Wait, would Dee's family recognize her?
Well, we'll have to find out.
Why? They're not gonna recognize anyway. It's just good to play with. I mean,
let me check with.
Unless there's like an embarrassing birthmark the family has or something. Quick,
Imagine.
check Diva's ass.
Yeah. So guys, what did you need? Yeah, I don't have my mask on. Who do I recognize?
You don't. No, you don't recognize anyone. You're 1,000 years in the past. They were discussing whether or not anyone would recognize, like, if there was enough similarities between you and your ancestor. That's what they were discussing.
It would be obvious that you were part of the family.
But you do spot the house, or presumably the house. It looks just like it did in your mother's memories, sans a couple wings, and is also the biggest house in the city, so it's not hard to put two and two together.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
So what do you do?
So, I'm gonna enter this household, I'm gonna knock on it and
all right. There are guards, but they awkwardly step aside from you and give you a weird look.
Well, oh, that's right. You're a chick right now. You probably look like your ancestors.
When you
probably look like the daughter of Tiamat, just younger.
When you knock on the door, you are greeted by a butler. It is a silver dragonborn in a suit and wearing white gloves. This is the head butler, and is like, "Can I help? Oh, can I help you?" He says to you, Dave. Damn it, Dave. Why is it? You could have easily.
Time.
If you knew he was going to be interrupted so much, you could have chose a different one.
You were the chosen
red,
blue. Dave always. It's always whenever Deve's character.
It's literally every single time Deve's character is important, and almost.
Never.
Half of the time, the rest of the time.
You were meant to be
nowhere near
60% of the time, every time. Can you ping him?
Yeah. I'll message him.
Yeah. Just keep spamming the @ button until he unmutes. God.
Oh, God.
In a kind of Bugatti.
Oh god!
Damn it, Dave! This is great podcasting.
You're gonna have to probably like edit the audio.
I am not editing jack shit.
I'll edit the fucking audio if I have to.
Okay, I'll send you, or you could just download it from my fucking. I'm pretty sure you could just
I don't know how to do that.
All right.
I don't know how to use the Twitch or whatever.
If Dropbox wasn't so shitty, I would just send you the fucking. I would use that to send you. Yeah.
I would want to learn how to edit.
What?
Videos.
Editing audio is actually not that hard. You just have to go things and find good silent points. And I could also like decrease the noise, but I assume you know how to do that.
No.
The background noise that isn't Deeves, because Deeves is not background noise; it's foreground noise that's in the background of him.
Also, at some point, the window that had the ambience was ended up getting closed, and I have no idea when. Let me just rectify that.
And then we just fix that real quick.
Yeah, let me just fix it.
Whatever.
There we go. That's better. Also, my notes. Why the... Yeah, when did my shit get exited out? There you are. Okay, so...
Okay.
Diva Drew, a silver dragonborn who is clearly the head butler, answers the
door to your family's house.
Yes, and is like, so, can I help you, miss? Yes, this is...
What?
This is the House of Uru.
My long lost family's in here.
Please wait here. And the butler closes the door. And we'll be.
It might have been easier to get us in if we like diplomat excuse rather than your family. I'm not like rather than her family. I'm not talking to Dee. I'm going over and I'm just talking to like
Lee.
Rocky.
Oh,
Rocky and Lee.
Yeah, Lee's like
actually probably more to Lee.
Yeah, I have no idea what she's doing.
Well, this is her family, and she never got to spend very much time with them, so...
Yeah, that's the
Yeah,
good
but
point.
it's also 1,000 years removed.
They seem to recognize the resemblance.
Yeah, but that might... I mean, now, I don't have to tell you how horrible of a scandal it could be if they get the wrong idea about her relation to...
Then we should probably properly explain rather than letting them assume that she's just a
bastard.
Yeah.
No. Wait. When does the much more female term for that?
No, bastard is the term for anybody.
Yeah.
Whoever assures the
It
case
just
that,
it is funny that bastard has become an oddly gendered term, since it really has nothing to do with gender, but it really does feel more masculine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think it's because of the B.
Probably.
It's because of the
Would
B.
Would you rather be a mastard? That sounds like some sort of condiment.
If it's because of the B, then boobies should be
Movies?
Yeah.
As y'all are chuckling, the door opens and the butler, dabs his forehead with his handkerchief and says, "Sorry, the lady is not accepting any visitors today."
I roll my eyes and I step forward beside Dave. Hi. Friend here. We really must insist that we have this conversation today.
Why is the thing glitching? Wait. What you just said, Fortuna? You were glitching.
We really must insist that we have a conversation today. We are representatives of the coast.
Oh, all right. Do you have anything to verify this? And at that, Lee hands a paper which has
if we brought him around the first time, this would have been a lot easier.
which hands a piece of paper which has his which is sealed with the wax seal of the Lavors.
I'm gonna say that in character, by the way. You know, if we had him last time, it would have been a lot quicker.
Yes, I know. That is why I really think you should have brought. I'm mad that you ditched me.
It's too bad that he couldn't wake up in time.
You left early.
We literally left right on time.
Did you though? Who here is the wizard? You know what they say about wizards? They always arrive when they're supposed to, which means you left early. I'm a wizard. I can literally control the fabric of time.
So can I. It's called magic.
Your thing is not magic. I don't know what it is, but it's not magic.
If I were to intrude this conversation, gentlemen, I'd just like to say this. I'm part wizard, so you're actually.
You're part wizard because you mugged a wizard and stole his spell book.
You're not even. You're an arcane trickster. That's very different. And you were taught the ways of an arcane trickster by a dog. After a few minutes, a female green dragonborn steps into the door, just barely a crack. And even through this, you can tell that she is the spitting image of Deve, only slightly taller and without wings. And
now I really wish dragonborns had breasts because she would very clear. Anyway,
and she says, "Who are you? Who are you? And what do you want?"
My name is Deva, and I wanted to learn more about my family.
I'm gonna stop you right there. You have no family here.
I'm gonna slowly push Deve backwards. Slowly push him away. Hi, we are the representatives of the coast. We are known as the emissaries of fate. You have already met one of our representatives, and he was, she was hoping to speak with you for personal reasons, but that can wait until after we have a political discussion. Do you mind if we have some way of seeing? May we please have some way of seeing you in a professional fashion?
Come to my garden. And she closes the door. A few moments later, the butler comes in and leads you through the house. The house is magnificent. You can see that statue of Tiamat that was in your mother's dream. It is still there. It's got all the gems in it, by the way. And the butler leads you through into a beautiful garden that is bordering the forest, separated only by a hedge maze with a beautiful arch that has some green roses.
Mm-hmm.
And she is sitting there with some tea, drinking some tea. She gestures for you to sit down across from her.
We do?
Yeah, we have a seat.
The butler starts pouring you all some tea, glasses of tea.
I will take a glass of tea.
All right.
What kind of tea is this?
It smells like chamomile.
All right, then.
She says, "So, what is it that you need?"
Well, first of all, we need to figure out how to. Okay, so we're trying to resolve everything peacefully and return the world to a state where everyone can, not be hurt and shit. I don't know.
All right.
We're trying to find. We're working on it.
All right.
We're working on peaceful solutions of things, and we need your help with that shit. Okay, I am not good at talking today. Steve?
Yeah?
Do you want to try to speak to your ancestress?
There is no familial connection here. She is just some person who looks only vaguely similar. And you can tell this is a lie because they look exactly the same except for the wings and robot hand.
Yeah.
We're from...
Okay.
Alright, so...
Just speaking frankly, I need your assistance because, we're in dire straits right now. We need to seek the approval of, all 5 daughters of Tiamat right now because, right now we're kind of, being, everyone's supportive. We want to, stop this war from, escalating just so that, all sides will be safe because, I want to make sure, Draconia still becomes, a wonderful haven for, all Dragonborn and their ilk,
I can
just don't...
I can respect that, making sure that your home is prosperous. I can respect that.
Yeah, I mean, I do understand quite literally, what is up for grabs for, this war, and, it might not be okay, in the long term, but, hey, we need to at least get ourselves, some resources just so, we can keep the country, nice and stable for, millennia.
All right.
I mean,
Well, all right. Well, So, I will tell you, it's not what I need to tell you. It has to stay between us. If word gets out, I will hunt you all down and rip your throats out. Is that understood?
Sounds good.
So,
Crystal.
there was a threat to my power recently, but she's gone she seems to have disappeared, and that seems more worrisome for me. There's a green dragon that lives in these woods, but we haven't heard. She used to come and collect taxes
Does
from
anybody
us.
else get that little twitching sound?
What? I don't hear a twitching sound.
Twitching? No.
I hear a weird clicking sound.
I don't.
Me either.
So she says, there's a green dragon that lives in these woods. She used to come over here and threaten my position, try to collect taxes from me. It's my taxes, my money. And she thinks that just because she's a full-blooded dragon, that she is better than me, even though my mom is literally the ladies of Dragon, and that pisses me off. She's intruding in my territory, but what has me the most concerned is that she just disappeared. That's what worries me. And I am worried that she's got some master plan that she's cooking up to try and dethrone me. So if you deal with her, then I'll be inclined to listen to what you say.
Alright. So you gotta pop off like a non-believer to the princess of dragons, huh? Totally understood.
Yeah, something like that. So,
Yeah.
and not a word comes here, alright? I've been trying to find an independent party that could be suited for this. Best case scenario, you deal with her, you survive, and I'll do whatever to help. I'll owe you a favor. Worst case scenario, you go in, you die, nobody hears about this. You don't have any...
That sounds good to me.
I know you're perfect. I know y'all are, since y'all are from somewhere else, y'all won't have any, you won't draw suspicion if you disappear.
Well, if you say so.
At least, well, you won't draw suspicion from anyone here if you disappear.
In any case, number 2. So, in that case, you'll listen to us about what we need from you regarding politics and
the
future of the nation.
Yes. I'm essentially asking you, get rid of my political rival, and then I will owe you a favor.
Cool. Sounds good. Number 2.
About us removing the copper suit.
Steve here is technically your descendant.
Yeah, no, she looks nothing like me.
We're from the future.
Right, from the future. Yeah. You get the feeling she does not believe you at all.
Uh-huh.
Let's see, what could be more believable? Maybe like a
Look,
blood test?
you are not going to be able to convince her with shit all else. So, sit down. Whatever.
Alright.
We're gonna just go and grab this dragon bitch.
Okay.
Do you know where she was?
She lives deep in the forest. And she
Alright.
gestures to the forest.
Of course. So, let's go hunt down a dragon.
Let's get rid of this shit.
Alright.
Weird.
So, you all with Lee go into the forest. It doesn't take long for the forest to grow so thick that you can't see the sun. It gets darker and darker the deeper you go. How stealthy are y'all being? Are y'all going fast?
Not
or
at
are
all.
are y'all going stealthy?
Are we doing it ninja style? Are we doing ninja style? Like ninja stealth running? Like sort of like a mid to
We're not doing it like ninjas. We're doing it like people pretending to be ninjas.
It takes more than a headband and a name tag that says "Hello, I am a ninja" to be a ninja.
I was just literally just saying like we all just
You also have to
run.
believe it.
All right, so, all right.
We're not walking like real ninjas. We're running like fake ninjas.
Okay, so y'all are Naruto running, but y'all are going at regular speed or fast speed.
Yes.
We're going as fast as possible.
All right, roll perception.
Yeet. Where's my perception? I know it's a 13. Gotta roll that shit in the chat.
Oh shit, that's a nat 20. All right. So the other two don't realize this, but Fortuna, since you're the one leading the charge, you realize that once y'all are a few hours into the forest,
Did Lee stay with the dragon?
Huh?
Did Lee stay or what?
No, Lee is with y'all.
Okay.
Y'all, you notice it, but a few hours into the forest, you don't hear anything. Like, you don't hear birds, you don't hear animals, or the only thing that you hear is the creaking of trees. And then one other thing you notice is that the plants, they're starting to look a little pale.
Ah, fuck.
What's happening?
I mean, like, even though I can't see it yet,
I'm gonna cast it.
Cast what?
Detect magic.
You don't detect any kind of magic.
Feels like there should be magic.
No, the weird thing is you don't detect any kind of magic.
Are you saying we're in a non-magic bubble?
Are we in an area of mundanity?
As you go deeper, are y'all still Naruto running, or are y'all going slower? Remember, Fortuna's the only one that's noticed the lack of noise.
I'm gonna slow down a little bit to check things, but then I'm gonna be like, alright, let's get this shit over with.
Alright, roll investigation.
Wait.
Fortuna, roll investigation. Because Fortuna's the only one that realized... No, Fortuna rolls it because Fortuna's the only one that's realized something's off. 13. Fortuna, as you're walking by, you do see a bird, a white dove on the ground, dead.
I'm gonna poke it.
It is dead and also seems to be covered in some sort of dust.
I'm going to pick it up, and then I'm going to walk over to Dave.
By the way, Dave, are you still wearing your mask? Or are you wearing your mask? Did you put it back on, or are you keeping it off?
You know what? I think it would probably be better for like the dragon to not know who we are, just so that they don't know that.
It'll be better. You have your mask on.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, because like we don't need a dragonborn.
Hey, come over here.
Uh-huh.
Alright, I come over here. Alright? Okay. When Dave walks up, I take a little bit of dust and I stick it in his mouth.
Well, I thought he was wearing his mask.
I stick it under his mask and into his mouth.
Alright, Dave, do you try to keep Fortuna from doing that?
I need you to taste this powdered sugar.
So you need me to be like some sort of taster? I mean, sure.
Yes. I need you to taste this powdered sugar or bird dandruff, whatever it is.
Alright, go.
Just going straight to tasting. Never mind, the monk is immune to it.
Yeah, but Deve's resistant.
Lee says, before we do that, isn't our friend Gwaki, like, isn't he completely immune to it? I mean, in my research, I've read that Dragon Ball, like, a green Dragon Ball would be resistant to poison, but if this thing is some sort of poison, or even worse, a disease,
then how could we tell what the poison is if you're completely resistant to it?
I will say that monks can tell when there's a poison. The poison just doesn't do anything.
How can we tell what poison it is?
Like my body, like physically reacts.
Yeah, it would physically react, but it would.
What poison it is?
Does it? I mean, we could just use what medical knowledge we know to try and identify it.
Do have medicine.
Lick this bird.
Lick the bird. Okay. I'm gonna roll medicine.
All right, roll medicine.
Roll medicine to lick the bird. Let's hope it's not an avian flu.
Oh man, you better wash your hands. Stay 6 feet away from everyone.
16.
16? You can tell it's some sort of spore.
Okay.
It is definitely, what all are you immune to?
What happened?
What all are you immune to? It's poison and disease, right?
I think it's, yeah, let me double check.
So things that like paladins can like be good at resisting as well.
Yeah, poison and disease, that's right.
Alright, yeah, you can tell it's definitely a spore.
Okay.
I like how like it kind of sucks being a bard because bards aren't immune to diseases. So that means most bards will end up with an STD.
Yeah. Wait. Oh, thank goodness.
So,
as a bard myself, I can tell you I have received the worst STD.
Pregnancy.
Exactly.
As my coach once said, don't have sex, you will get pregnant and you will die. I don't even remember what movie that was from.
I don't know, but it does sound
I want to say Dodgeball?
I have no idea if I've even seen a clip that says that.
Anywho, so, do you continue to investigate the bird or delve deeper into the forest?
Yeah, I guess I'll lick, I guess I'll try licking the bird to see, like,
I'll tell you this, it's less of a poison and more of some sort of, its effects are more akin to that of a fungal disease than a poison.
Interesting.
That is what you...
I guess I'll have to investigate the forest more to see, like...
As you're walking through?
Yeah.
Alright, as y'all make your way deeper, roll perception, all of y'all.
Perception.
Oh, no.
7.
Yeah, you don't notice anything of note. What about you, Fortuna and Deve?
What are we doing?
Y'all are going... Yeah, deeper in the forest, y'all are rolling perception.
Oh, thank fucking God. Fuck investigation, by the way.
13.
Hey, it's important.
That's another nat 20. Yep. All right. Oh, wow. As Fortuna, as you're going through, the silence is deafening. You notice that some of the trees have these mushrooms on them, but what's more is you notice more and more animal corpses, and some of them are like they're almost albino, and some of them have just white splotches all over. But eventually you make it into the forest where everything is just is like the plants, the animals, corpses, everything is everything is either completely white or almost entirely full of white splotches.
Hey, Guaki.
Yeah?
Try this, fuck, now I don't remember what kind of mushroom that...
Flyamata? They're the kinds of mushrooms that are like Flyamata. Like,
I was thinking of that one, I was thinking of one of the, like, the food mushrooms, the white one that's like baby
Portobello.
But it's not baby, but Portobello is brown.
Oh, shiitake.
No. Shiitake's also brown.
Imagine a Flyamata mushroom, but in grayscale. That's what these mushrooms look like.
Okay.
I was thinking of... The mushroom I was thinking of was this one, by the way. Oh my god, why is it so hard to get pictures of mushrooms?
I don't know.
It's very difficult to get pictures of mushrooms.
Oh.
Anyway.
Yeah, no.
That's what I was imagining.
Yeah,
anyway.
no, it's more like a Flyamata, but in grayscale.
Isn't Flyamata just the red with white spots?
Yep.
The fucking drug mushroom?
No.
Yeah.
I don't think Flyamata is shrooms.
It is one of the shrooms. It is a drug mushroom. It is not the one that people use as shrooms the most often, though. It's a spiritual drug.
Let's see.
Like LSD. Anyway.
These are the mushrooms. So you give one to Guaki?
Yes.
Alright, as you poke it, or as you go to pick one, it releases a cloud of spores over y'all, but luckily y'all have y'all's masks to avoid getting it.
Luckily, I'm wearing my mask.
Yes, luckily you are all wearing your mask, and y'all don't get a thing full of poison or disease.
Thank goodness.
I think this is where
I'm gonna roll.
What's that crab?
On the,
why am I having so
the
much?
mushroom.
You're gonna roll what?
Harris.
Medicine on the mushroom.
All right, roll medicine.
For a second, I thought he said roll menace.
I'm gonna roll.
Actually, roll nature. This would be a nature check.
Okay.
Because you're finding out the properties of this mushroom as opposed to using it to.
Okay. Nat 20.
Jesus, lots of nat 20s. All right, yeah, no, this is this mushroom is an invasive species. You've read about it. Their spores are it's extinct by the time you heard about them, but you were very interested in them. Its spores are can cause a deadly disease. You are only vaguely aware of a cure, but a cure's never been needed. But you do know that these are horribly deadly mushrooms.
Okay, so right now this is basically like the origin story of why dear old Draconia King's mother perished.
Yes, I'm so glad you put that together.
No, like seriously, like when you said white splotches, it's like, yep, we're.
Yeah, but you were muted.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
These spores are what caused it. You were able to figure it out.
No, like, and also I'm just like thinking, so all of this was done because of a selfish green dragon. Okay. All right. I know I have a personal vendetta against this dragon now. You are coming, as y'all are moving, y'all are coming to the heart of the forest, the deepest part of the forest. You can tell by the foliage, but also by the metallic smell of a horde, of a dragon's horde, as you're coming to the heart. So, girls, listen. Right now, we're basically dealing with the person or thing that literally caused that whole epidemic to happen over at Rock's Roost, like those years ago when we first initially time traveled. So, are you guys ready to slay that cause, or for such a tragedy in the future? For anything. Maybe we could try to nip this in the bud. Maybe it might not change all the events of like that horrible mistake, but
nip it in the bud. Because it's a mushroom.
It's a mushroom. Mushroom hammer. But,
My wall is moving.
oh my god.
I think. Did you eat the mushrooms?
Fortuna, you're the least resistant.
I don't think I did.
Seriously, I know you're pregnant. I know you're pregnant, but don't eat whatever you fall.
Yeah, no. Eating these mushrooms are certain death. Like it's really the cure has only been needed like twice in history. Usually, but you do know that they can be burned away. By the way, I forgot to mention that, Guaki. But you do know that they are susceptible to fire.
Oh great! Oh great! Someone bring out the dragon fire. Let's immediately burn everything to ashes.
I like raise my hand in the gesture to like do a fireball.
Okay. No, wait a minute. Fortuna. Better idea. Delay fireball. Well, I do
I'm not
normal
gonna
fireball.
share that these things are susceptible to fire.
You're not gonna share it? All right.
Yeah.
Oh come on! That's gonna be really important very soon.
I mean, it's gonna be a very important wildfire. You know? I mean, like, hey, it'll be a good benefit for like having a wildfire.
But isn't someone supposed to die from these things? Like,
I'd hate to die from these.
That's 1,000 years from now. Don't worry about it.
yeah, so we gotta leave them be so that.
No. We need to destroy this shit fucking now.
Yeah, imagine.
I will remind you, you are coming up to the dragon's horde. You are a few hundred feet away from it.
Guaki?
Yes. Are you gonna ask me?
Tell me about the fire.
Are you gonna ask me how to get rid of these things efficiently?
Yes.
Okay.
Wait. Remember what I gave you, Fortuna.
You see, Lee is writing in his journal this entire time.
I have a sneaking suspicion that we're gonna have to deal with the fucking dragon covered in spores.
A cordyceps dragon?
I'm gonna let them know.
Good. I'm gonna start delayed fireball blast.
All right.
Set that up.
So I'm basically just carrying around a little flame gem in my hand.
I'll let them do their magic. Get it? Because it's actual magic.
Okay. Meanwhile, for me, I'm just gonna go ahead and just be like, all right.
All right. Let's get going.
All right. As you reach this the heart of the forest, you can see a large-scaled figure sitting upon or laying upon a mountain of gold covered in spores.
Whoa.
One other thing you notice is about the size of a football. There seems to be an egg resting on the mountain of gold.
Oh my god. Okay. I just spit the Guaki.
Okay, so I have no idea who that. Like, I have no clue. Like, I'm not. Don't give a shit. Together.
I will say this though: the dragon that is sleeping on, or the dragon that is laying down on the gold. It is an adult dragon, completely white.
But not for the reasons you
I'm
would
telling,
think.
like, we should really do.
I don't think it's supposed to be white.
No. Okay, I'm just gonna whisper it to Guaki. Quiet, Guaki. I think the eggs are mom.
Hey.
Okay. You know what? When I make wild conclusions that happen true, everybody makes fun of me. But when Dave does it,
Dave, can you get my mom?
I think I can go for it.
Okay.
We just
Listen.
I'm going to walk directly up to the dragon's
No, just I hold him back. I hold Fortuna back.
I am going straight to the dragon's head.
I hold Fortuna back.
I will use acrobatics to get out of it.
All right.
I roll strength.
Yeah, roll athletics and Fortuna roll acrobatics. With disadvantage because you're pregnant. Okay. Now, yeah, no, you are grappled. That was the nat 1, so you are super grappled by Guaki. Unless Guaki rolls a nat 1 as well.
Guaki, don't roll a nat 1.
You just have to roll any... You have a 19 out of 20 chance... Okay, 10. Yeah, no, you notice that Fortuna's trying to rush in, and you grab her and restrain her to remind her she's pregnant.
We have to get rid of this.
And then
and I gesture at the dragon with my fire gem looking thing. You know,
it's a marble. It's basically a miniature sun about the size of a marble.
Go ahead, G.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna go ahead and be the best thief I could possibly be in order to get the egg.
All right, roll stealth.
All right. This time with the actual dice.
Yeah.
Roll.
I'm gonna laugh if it's a nat 1.
Don't worry. I'm using reliable talent on this because it's not a nat 1.
Reliable talent.
That'll be an 18.
All right. You manage to get there, and as you're climbing up, you do kick some gold, which makes a loud noise. The dragon does not move at all. You realize the dragon is also not breathing.
What?
Again.
Yeah.
Dragon bad.
Dragon undead. We're literally dealing with a dragon undead.
It has no reaction to any of the noise you're making. It might... Looking at it, like, Deve, you get close enough that you realize it's not undead, it's just regular dead. The dragon is just regular dead.
Oh.
Once a mighty green dragon felled by such a simple fungus.
There is a fungus among us.
One thing you also notice is that all the gold in this hoard is covered in spores and would not be a good idea to pocket unless you want to spread these mushrooms all over the world and create a global pandemic.
Oh, really? Really? That specific wording?
Hey, I had no plans of a global pandemic happening in real life. I have been planning this particular forest full of a deadly disease that is highly contagious for years.
Yeah.
Well, whatever.
It's just only coincidental that in the poison dragonborn storyline that this would be a plot point.
Yeah, well, it's a poison dragon, not a disease dragon. Like I said, the spores cause the disease. It's a fungal disease, not a poison.
All right.
Imagine it. Think of it like the medusoid mycelia. Think of it as like that level of deadly, except with a much more complex cure than apples and horseradish.
Look, can we get on with the...
Yeah, Fortuna, you have like 16 seconds before the thing detonates.
Yeah, grab the fucking egg, or just leave, whatever.
Alright, grab the egg. Hurry up.
Well, Deve has the egg.
Okay.
Then
I'm gonna have
the fuck away.
Alright, then yeah, let's get out of here.
Alright.
So I'm gonna hold on to the egg, of course.
Alright, you hold on to the egg. You notice it's covered in a few spores, but luckily the egg is, it would be easy to wash off.
I throw the gem into the dragon.
It bursts into flame. The dragon's, well, the dragon...
With the dragon's tummy in the middle of the horde.
Well, The dragon
I wanted
itself
to toss
is...
it into the mouth of the dragon, but the mouth is closed, right?
Yeah, it's well, it's not open enough to have a good shot without having to actually make a roll.
Yeah.
But it is, though the dragon's hide itself isn't flammable, the spores do seem to be flammable. And the fire is spreading very quickly.
All right. Okay, girls, come on. Let us get out of this.
Everyone roll athletics to avoid the fireball that is these...
You said athletics? Thank you!
And Fortuna, you're pregnant, you have disadvantage.
Oh no!
Like I needed any more reason to hate athletics rolls.
Luckily for me, I decided to be an unorthodox arcane trickster.
12.
I got myself a 23.
Alright.
Wait, you're rolling at...
Oh, I should probably roll for Lee as well.
Yeah, roll for Lee. Yeah, athletics.
I got a 12.
I got a 33. Oh my god!
I got a 12. Lee is not very athletic.
You can't outrun a pregnant woman.
No, you cannot. So 3 12s and
No, not 3 12s.
Oh,
No, not 3 12s.
2 12s and 8, and what did you get, Steve?
23.
You got 23.
Alright, Fortuna, roll a percentile.
Oh god. Wait.
Okay! Alright, so that means...
Oh my foot.
As y'all are outrunning... Okay, yeah, y'all are only going to take 4 points of fire damage. Y'all managed to outrun. Because you rolled really well on that percentile. The way I was calculating it, it was going to be 10d6 minus the 10 digit of whatever you rolled. So 84, it was only 2d6. But, so...
We got 2d6 and 2 2s.
Yep, so you take 4 points of fire damage, which, honestly, y'all can eat. I know for a fact y'all can eat it.
We have healed from the dragon's fire. So.
Yeah, it's been like a week.
Yeah, I still have my health down at 92.
But yeah, no. Oh yeah, and that too. That would have made you bloodied. But yeah, no. Y'all managed to make it. And y'all managed to make it out of the area. It seems like the most affected area is the area that was covered in spores. Those spores, more flammable than flour.
Jeez.
Yeah, no, it's a fine, very, very fine powder, very fine dry powder.
Yeah, that sounds pretty bad.
Yeah. So
explosive.
the smoke can be seen for miles. Lee is just like, we should probably make up an excuse of why the forest is on fire. What do you think?
There was a badass fight that we had to fight with, like, a disease, and the disease caught on fire.
Okay. Here's a better idea. We basically were dealing with like the corrupt green dragon and her mischievous goal of like trying to spread this disease in order to destroy the
Are we
green
gonna
dragon.
spread like a legend about ourselves that's not even true? Well, see, we fought an undead green dragon, and we had to deal with fire because fire was its only weakness.
Yes, that would make sense if it was emaciated to the point of having paper skin.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
All right, emaciation and immolation. That's perfect. We can roll with that.
Yes.
I will let you tell the story because you seem like you would be naturally good at telling stories. And he gestures to Fortuna, the bard.
All right. I better compose this. I'm gonna take out my harmonica.
Oh God, you're gonna play it the entire trip back? That's like 2 hours.
Yeah, I'm gonna be composing I'm going to be composing the ballad on my harmonica on the.
Ballad of the Plague Dragon.
Yes.
Yes.
That sounds perfect. It's a very calm walk back.
Where my actual harmonica.
Like basic.
Guaki, the egg. It'd be easy enough to wipe the spores off. And burn the cloth that you would use it for it. Or you could just use magic to clean it. Or if someone has precedent. All right, you do it the right way. You can feel a heartbeat inside the dragon egg.
I gave it a little hug.
All right.
Aww.
You hold it close to you.
Wait. Also, I give Bessie a lick. Like, look, Bessie, it's my mom.
Bessie stayed behind with Lady Uru.
Oh, I must have missed that. Okay then.
Well, I forgot Bessie existed. Actually, no. Bessie stayed. Actually, you come across Bessie. Apparently, Bessie had stayed in the green area and is currently eating a blueberry bush.
No. Okay. Please don't terrify me. Please don't worry me about Bessie eating possibly one of those rotten spores.
No. I said in the green area.
Okay, green area. Okay, green.
Yeah.
She's eating a berry bush.
Yeah.
No, I imagine Bessie is over with Boo. Like,
no, Bessie doesn't even. No, Bessie. It's actually not that far from the garden when you come across Bessie. You actually see the butler has now run towards Bessie and is like, no, come back, and is trying to guide them back. Is trying to guide her back. And when he notices you, and he's like, "Oh, I'll tell the miss that you're back," and leaves Bessie with y'all now that he no longer has to care for her.
Here you go, Bessie. Say hi to my mom.
So you come across, you enter back into the garden. Lady Uru is currently reading a newspaper, and she spots y'all, and she's like, "Ah, yes, I was wondering what that was all about." And she gestures to the fire.
Gigantic fire.
Well, the smoke. The smoke.
Oh, the smoke. Okay.
Okay.
Well, you see, we were on the path.
Roll performance.
Yes.
Sure.
Press my ancestor.
I get to roll performance.
Is that like your highest stat?
29.
Yes.
All right. I do not want to hear you, the player, singing. Unless, like, what is say the gist of your tale?
Oh yeah, no, I don't actually have words for it, so no, but it's like I'm just going to say we fought the plague dragon, and we had to use the flames of victory. For the dragon was one of a horrid horde, that which was on the edge of being alive and dead, that which was drowning and would soon come to bring plague to this place.
Interesting. So the dragon's dead. And what's that? And she gestures to the egg, which she has been eyeing this entire time.
Okay. I'll speak frankly.
Hey, Guaki.
Yeah.
Did you brush the pollen, the spores off?
Yeah, I did.
Did he get the spores off the egg?
Yes, it wasn't that hard.
Mm-hmm.
All right. This is the dragoness's only child.
Oh, great. Get it far away from here.
Can do.
Definitely can.
I hand it to Lee.
You weren't the one holding it. Guaki was.
Don't care.
Yeah.
Pick it up from Guaki, hand it to Lee.
All right, roll sleight of
Yeah.
hand. Have a strength contest.
No, just, no, like, you could give it to Lee,
Oh.
and then Lee can just give it to me.
Yeah, Lee's like, I don't know what to do with this, and hands it back to Guaki.
Yeah, and I give it a hug again.
All right.
And then you give it to Dave, and then Dave gives it to me.
I hold on to this.
Potato.
And then Lee gives it to the butler.
Butler style mother.
I'm kidding. So you have you have done what I asked. So what is it that you need?
We wish for your support in in a message to Tiamat that we need to speak to both her and Oberon to show and prove what the end of this why the truth of the war and
what exactly is this truth that you believe?
the war is due to an external force, a force which threatens all kingdoms.
Now, what would happen at the end of this war? What would happen afterwards?
Peace.
I don't believe Our Lady would stand for peace very long.
It requires a little bit of a agreement between your lady and, well, I guess your uncle. So, but it just takes a little bit of work. It just requires a little bit of a bet.
So
And-
they would rule together? That is
No.
frankly absurd. No?
No, they would leave ruling to the mortals.
Would I maintain my status here?
You would be one of the most important families left in the kingdom.
Alright, I can work with that. With my mother no longer on the throne, I suppose I'd have significant more influence than I currently do.
You would certainly become a noble family.
I'm already a noble.
I'm gonna give Diva Noogie.
Okay. Well, thanks. Yes, as my friend eloquently pointed out, we defeated the plague dragon and the possible scheme of possibly poisoning you with mushrooms.
I don't know if you noticed, but I can't.
It's not it wasn't a poison. It was a disease.
Okay,
Yeah.
that is a different story.
Yeah.
Trust me. I know.
From what I've seen from the future about that disease, that it could be super devastating.
If the disease exists in the future, as I'm not saying that I believe you are from the future, but hypothetically, then wouldn't that mean you failed?
Not exactly.
This isn't. We wiped out this disease, this plague, but there are still others out there in the in the place where all evil must go.
Believe this as it were. If we didn't
The only
eliminate
time we have ever seen the disease is in the most horrible place imaginable.
I see. California. I'm kidding.
we
No.
were about to canonize California.
Oh,
Yeah,
God damn it, that was a
California.
Puffin Forest joke.
Yeah.
it is.
Sorry. I just
California.
not in front of the baby harp seals. Okay. No. It was like,
Okay.
oh, and so where exactly would this horrid place be?
What is the fucking name of the place, okay?
Rocks Roost.
No!
Rock's Roost is where you encountered the disease last.
Yeah.
Shit, how'd it get to Rock's Roost? I actually have no idea how it got. But whatever.
Unless someone managed to find a spore, cultivate it for a long time, decide to use it as an equal terrorist weapon, like that.
It'll get wiped out in another generation.
Yeah, but
you don't have to worry about it for a long, long time.
Yeah, just know that like if we didn't destroy that, things in the future could have been a lot worse.
It won't affect your family.
All right. Well, if it's going to be in Roxroost, as you say,
rival family, but that's not important.
Then perhaps you should go there and quell it now.
Sadly, time travel doesn't work that way. If we went there to try and quell it, we'd probably end up tracking the spores over there.
Yeah, it would be like a catch-all, like stuff that inevitably will happen.
What we should be doing, actually, right now, going to a quarantine and making sure that all of the spores are off of us. So, assuming that we can that we can trust that we have your support.
Yes, I suppose I did offer you a favor. She snaps her finger, and her butler comes to her. She whispers something into his ear, and he heads inside. Coming out later with an emerald ring. It's a ring with an emerald in it. And she says, "This is my signet. It shows that you have my support."
All right, Steve, put the ring on.
Alright.
The ring.
Put on the wing.
The ring does nothing magical. It is just.
Oh no, I know.
It's just a beautiful emerald ring. Although it does glow, it just has no immediate magic effects.
Is it not going to become a part of one of the magic items later?
Roll investigation.
Well, okay, let's see. Roll investigation, which I'm super good at. Oh! Make that into a nice 29.
Yeah, you can recognize the gem in it. The emerald gemstone in it is the same gemstone from the amulet of Tiamat.
Knew it! Knew it!
See? Like, it's the same thing as the fucking
By the way,
coin.
Did you
tokens.
Did you leave the medallions with Karsus? Or do you still have them?
The medallion?
At the end of the last session, you said you were thinking about going to do it, and then we forgot.
We probably should have done that, right?
Did you then?
I don't think.
Leaving the medallion?
Sure. Let's say we did.
All right.
So we don't have to do it later.
All right. So yeah, I'll say that you left the medallions and that ivory rod with him.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Just so that rod can be made. And
that ivory rod that you bought.
The fuck?
Okay, but anyhow, so yeah, thank you, Lady Uluru, for
Uluru.
Uluru.
How do you not know how to pronounce your own last name?
Uluru. It's Uluru.
No, it's just Uru. The Asgardian metal.
Thank you, Lady Uwu.
I will have you executed if you ever call me that again.
Yes, madam.
Thank you,
Better.
lady.
That is better. You are dismissed.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, mom.
Yes, ma'am.
Uh,
1 a 10 heart.
Yep, you are dismissed, and the butler leads you out.
Just kicks us out.
Yeah, pretty much.
Man, I wanted to talk to her some more.
She sent. Okay, to put it in perspective, she sent you into a forest to deal with an adult dragon that was a threat to her position here. How do you think she would react to essentially a bastard of her own family coming and, like, she sees you as a threat to her power.
If that was to even, yeah.
If she were to...
It's kinder of her to not recognize you.
Oh, roll insight real quick, actually.
Okay.
To see...
I forget how treacherous Green Dragonborn can really be. Oh! That's gonna be nice if this roll is right. Hold up.
I wonder if he's as racist.
Wait, what?
If she's as racist as...
25.
25. You get the feeling that she definitely does see recognize the familial connection, but was feigning ignorance because she sees you as a threat to her position here.
Yeah.
Well.
Like, you know that your family is not above throwing their own children under the bus.
Oh no.
But,
even if it was not from this
Or
side
under
of the
others.
family. Even if it wasn't this side of the family that did it this time.
Yeah. It's just a trait of Green Dragonborns, is
the scheminess, the treachery,
yes.
the underhanded deals.
Even you have fallen prey to those instincts.
Being racist about his own species again?
Well, no. Even Dave has fallen into the own treacherous instincts of a Green Dragonborn, like when he stole that truth serum, and essentially betrayed his own family or his own party.
All right,
but
so we're gonna go back, or
we can end the session here.
Yes,
we can end the session here with y'all heading, y'all figuring out what to do next as Bessie chews on y'all's on one of y'all's cloaks.
That'd be quiet.
Yeah.
She's chewing on the wet T-shirt.
Yeah.
The wet T-shirt. Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna give Bessie some grass.
All right. Bessie.
Yeah,
you have a chunk bitten out of your wet T-shirt, but Bessie then goes eats the grass.
This is a lot better for you, Bessie.
And that is where. Wait, before we end the session, Guaki, I have a very important question.
What's the question?
What are you going to name the dragon?
Oh.
Give me like a minute.
I'll give you 2 weeks.
Okay. I'll give it to you soon.
We can reveal the name in the next session. For those of you who don't know, I've spent the last 2 years dodging questions about the name of Guaki's dragon mom for this exact reason. Because technically speaking, she will not have a name until Guaki decides. That's why I was being cagey about it, dodging it.
I hate your planning.
Because I planned so far. I am playing 5D chess right now.
God.
You're playing 5D chess, and in my games, I'm barely playing checkers.
You're playing checkers, but the pieces are like the black ones are set on the black spaces, while the red ones are set on the red spaces.
I'm playing checkers, but the pieces are made of candy, and I keep eating them.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, next session,
I was
Guaki.
gonna think silver.
Silver?
No.
Like,
No.
I will remind you, she's a green dragon, and she has white splotches on her.
No, I wasn't gonna say. So, I missed.
Wait, she has white splotches on her.
On her back.
Ow.
Yeah. She explained that that her father had. She explained to Guaki that her father had rescued her after her mother died due to a horrible disease, and when she hatched, she had scars from it.
Damn it. hate this planning.
Why?
No. What's funny is after that session, Guaki was like, "Wouldn't it be funny if we go back in time? It turns out I'm her father."
Father?
God,
I was biting my tongue when he said that.
I just read it as a thing and then just dismissed it.
Yeah.
Completely.
No, I didn't dismiss it.
No, I did.
Oh, yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Okay. No, none come from this.
We still have to put Deve was here on the Colossi at some point.
Oh yeah, we didn't do that when we fought it.
Well, y'all haven't encountered the Colossi in the past.
Oh.
Y'all are aware of their existence and know someone who has the map that leads to them.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess we gotta find that map whenever.
Well,
You know where the map is.
gave the map to a person.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
So yeah. Well, that's the end of this session.
Yep.
I had a lot of fun. When you said when you said fungal dragon, I immediately searched up to see if there was any homebrew for that, and I could not find a good one.
I genuinely thought it was going to be a fight.
Yeah, I had no plans of it being a fight, but as soon as you said fungal dragon, I was like, oh man, that's cool. If there's one, I'm totally going to make it a fight. But unfortunately, I couldn't find a good one. And I feel like it serves the narrative better for it to be
the
dead.
narrative well. It's just took a very long time for this session to finish.
Well, actually, we finished earlier than the last two.
Yeah.
Yes, but we didn't do as much.
This is the
Well, you did just as much this session as you did the last one. The last two.
Oh, you're right. Well,
You got a shit ton of your...
I was expecting us to do more. That's my problem.
Okay. Well, you got a lot of your things back. You got them made. You made an alliance with the you made an alliance with the Uru. And you finally got around to finding Guaki's mother's origin story.
Yeah, which it's also thanks to a green dragonborn that the mother is still alive. So hey, father was being spiteful, but hey, at least a good-hearted dragonborn was able to step those slides aside and actually help them out.
Calling yourself good-hearted is pushing it. I will remind you, you did let you did let a few dozen people die in your revenge quest. Like, a few dozen innocent people die as a result of your actions.
Sacrifice your own hand, too.
Yeah. Like, good-hearted's
yeah.
pushing it.
Okay,
like, you're back on the path, but...
Deve has been kind of a shithead for a while.
What?
No, Deve was going down a negative character arc and is now going through the positive character arc of redemption.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fortuna started on the negative character arc, and it's just been uphill since then, baby.
Uphill since they're becoming an almost responsible mom, except for the fact that you're putting a baby in danger.
It's not my fault. We can't just wait a couple months
Deve
to pop a baby out.
Deve
trying to keep myself cool.
Deve underwent the negative character arc. Guaki went the flat character arc, and Fortuna went the positive character arc.
Yeah.
And now Deve's redemption arc has started.
Yeah, in which case,
And Fortuna is just flatlining.
Well, no. Your character arc has came to a completion after the during the fall equinox.
Okay.
Yeah.
But that was also the thing because I was always thinking about Deve the way it would end up was him possibly going evil, but yeah.
Well, he can't go evil until we go back to the future, okay?
That's fine. No, I don't mean now. I don't mean no. I was talking about before when it came to
Did
like.
we finish the stream or?
Oh, well, I was waiting for the end of the thing.
No, I just wanted to know.
Oh no,
Oh,
I'm still streaming. I was just waiting for the
Before
post game
anything else,
discussion
I want to say,
to end.
Guaki is the protagonist still.
Yeah, Guaki's the Goku. Guaki's undergone the flat character arc, just like Goku. Flat character arcs are not bad, okay? They can be well done.
Yeah, I mean, like,
Yeah,
does have a nice sense of like.
I would say
of
that I'm a
chivalry.
better male figure than Goku is.
Yeah.
I wouldn't allow my
Yeah, you wouldn't allow your hubris. Though, to be fair, like, I feel like people shit on Goku a lot for the Turn of Power arc. Goku saved those planets by suggesting the Tournament of Power. Alright? He saved those universes. They were all going to be erased, and Goku gave them the chance.
Mm-hmm. I like
What's
the
not just in terms of that. I meant like back when I think there was like a part where like he let his son get like.
Oh yeah, the Cell games.
Yeah,
Did
the
it
Cell
let
games.
people get
That's
to
what I
full
specifically referred to.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna end the stream now. Thanks everyone for watching. Thanks everyone on
Thank you
YouTube for
all.
watching.
Goodbye.
We'll have a new
sleep together.
episode is in 2 weeks. We do it every other Thursday at 5:30 Central is when the pre-stream starts. All right, everyone have fun. Bye.
Take care.
Bye.